Sulphur Springs Wildcats football is on the air as the Wildcats get ready to take on the Community Braves tonight at Gerald Prim Stadium. Good evening, I'm John Mark Dempsey. Our color commentator is Tony Flippin. Our technical director and video producer is Matt Jansen. And our producer in the KSST studios is James Terry. Wildcats come in here with a record of 6-1. They are 2-1 in district play. Community is 1-6, and they are 0-3 in district play. Wildcats football is brought to you by the Alliance Bank, Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op, Farm Country, Hooten Hardware, City National Bank, Wesley House Assisted Living, J. Hodge Chevrolet, Saputo Dairy Foods, Christus Mother Francis Hospital, Copy Products, and BT Medical. The pregame is presented by Super Handy, and the halftime will be presented by Galleon Insurance, Hall Oil, and Super Handy. So the Community Braves coming in here tonight, and not with an impressive record of 1-6, as we said, but they have scored a lot of points. Tony, they scored in a loss, 56-49 to Quinlan Ford. Obviously, 49-point output there. They lost to Sanger, 58-57. Beat Western Hills, their only victory, 55-27. Lost to Lake Dallas, 56-20. Lost to Panther Creek. This was the one true blowout that they've had, 66-0. Last week they lost to Aubrey, 77-36. So they put some points on the board.
They put some points on the board, and I hope it's a good competitive ball game. But, sometimes you put points on the board against the second team and in some of those scoring differentials. Community is kind of cursed by just where they are and how many kids they have. They're more known for basketball and some of those sports than they are football. And they're in a tough district here, and they're taking their lumps this year. But we hope we got a good competitive ball game tonight.
It's a fast-growing school district, I'll tell you that. We were over there in the spring for a playoff game, a softball playoff game. And that was against Aubrey, wasn't it? And, boy, the housing that is coming up there in that area of Nevada and Levon is remarkable.
It's huge. I'll tell you one thing. They're going to have a good memory because if about 10 years they get enough houses and all of a sudden some football players come in, if they have opportunity to score 70, they're going to do it. Because they're kind of like North Lamar. They took their lumps for a long time.
Right. Their quarterback is Corin Ewing, a senior. He's passed for 1,788 yards, completed 45% of his passes, 14 touchdown passes, 8 interceptions. Their leading rusher is Troy Matthews, 746 yards rushing, 8.3 yards per carry, and 11 touchdowns. Troy Matthews. So as we say, they have a good offensive team. The question will be, of course, whether they can stop the Wildcats here tonight. We will take another break here, and then we'll come back and talk some more about tonight's ball game as the Wildcats are getting ready to come onto the field here at Gerald Prim Stadium. This is Sulphur Springs Wildcats football on KSST. Wildcats football once again from Gerald Prim Stadium. I'm John Mark Dempsey along with Tony Flippin, both the Wildcats and the Community Braves on the field now, and I believe we are about to have our national anthem. Okay, the national anthem from the Sulphur Springs High School Band. We are just about to have the coin toss here on the artificial turf in front of us here this evening with our temperature at 84 degrees and winds out of the south at 6 miles per hour. The officials tonight are from the East Texas chapter based in Longview. The referee is Dan Wilson. The umpire is Joel McGuire. The headlinesman is Mike Davis. The side judge is Patrick Carter. The line judge is James Ross. The field judge, Shirley Rose. And I presume that's a young woman.
It is not. I've been checking.
Okay. All right. Well, that's an unusual name for a fella. But okay, Shirley Rose, the field judge. Back judge is Aaron Muntz this evening.
I was thinking we might have broken ground, but we didn't.
I have.
There are some female officials
Yes, there are.
in high school and so forth, and there's nothing wrong with them.
Yeah,
Probably more conscientious than a whole lot of the male version.
I have broadcast a game or two with ponytail sticking out from under the cap.
Looks like we won.
Sulphur Springs won, and they will receive.
Yep.
Wildcats will receive, and it sounds like that Dan Wilson, our referee, is wearing a mic tonight, which is always helpful, and we're glad for that.
It's whether or not we can have it the second half. A lot of times the batteries run down.
Hadn't given that a thought, but that would be a problem.
You'd be surprised how many times they come in and check, but they don't change the batteries, and evidently they go through it. So.
Yep, I can imagine that. We've talked some about the community offense here so far. Now we're going to see them in the split tee here this evening, which is rare, although last year I think Maybank and Kaufman either ran the split tee or the what's the other variation of that? The wing tee.
Wing tee.
Yeah. They will also run some from the spread, but they do run a lot out of the split tee, the old formation that was very popular in the 50s and 60s.
Well, it sounds like they got pretty good ground game, so I've got a feeling they'll try to see if they can work that out first. We got Skyler and Jackson Hare back there, I think. Normal 2 deep.
They've had several place kickers practicing in the pregame drills, and Colt Story is the one who tees it up here for the kickoff at the 40-yard line, and his foot is into the ball, and we are underway. And the return will be from the 12-yard line. This is Jackson Hare. He is hit hard as he crosses the 25-yard line and is brought down at about the 27. Wildcats start from there on their first offensive possession.
Kind of bobbled the kick, had to bring it up, kind of took the timing off. Sometimes that works to your advantage, but he couldn't find a hole that way. Went to the short side. So we're going to start on the 27 like John Mark said. Wind is coming into our face. It's not a big wind right now, so I don't think it's going to turn into any problems. It's blowing a lot of Hopkins County stew smoke over the stadium.
Well, Buford Park is full, I can tell you that. Oh, there is a bobbled snap on first down. They're still scrambling for it, and this one may go to Community.
Touchdown.
And up with the football for Community, and apparently a touchdown is Derek Merriman. Is there anything that will nullify that? I don't think so.
I don't see anything. I think the center snapped the ball and the quarterback was not ready for it. And there was a scrum and the ball squirted out and Community got it. So here we go. 20 seconds into the ball game. Wildcats are down 6, waiting on 7.
The snap to Caden Mitchell was bobbled. It looked like it was about waist high.
Yeah, it was a good snap. He just wasn't ready. I don't know if somebody said something or what. It just looked like an early snap, but we're not going to place blame, so we don't know.
So Colt Story will kick the extra point here for Community, and it is good. And the Community Braves lead the Sulphur Springs Wildcats 7-0 with 11:40 left to go in the first period. This is Wildcats football on KSST. And here is the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff by Community, and the kick is to the 5-yard line. And the return by Jackson Hare for Sulphur Springs out to about the 20-yard line.
He got popped and stopped in his tracks there. So Community's come to play. Special teams look good right now. They did kick the ball deep. That was a left-footed kicker. Like you said, they've got 2 or 3 kickers. So they've kicked off twice, once from the left and once from the right, but both of them found Jackson Hare.
The 20-yard, approximately, fumble return by Derek Merriman, defensive lineman for Community on the first play from scrimmage, and Community leads it 7-0. So the Wildcats operating from their own 20-yard line, going left to right. Caden Mitchell swings it out to Deuce Hall on this first down play. Hall makes the catch, turns upfield, and has a short pickup of about 2 yards for the Wildcats.
Looks like number 11 on the stop for Community.
That would be Cash Elston. He's one who will be going both ways, and I think they're going to have quite a few
I would
guys.
be surprised if Community doesn't have at least 5 or 6 going both ways. That play didn't gain but a couple, but it wasn't far from being an 8 or 10 yarder. Didn't quite clear the block on the edge.
2nd down and 8 from the 22. Draw play to Deuce Hall, using his blockers and waiting on those blocks, and he crosses the 25 up to the 27-yard line for a gain of 5 yards.
We'll give him the 28. It's going to be 3rd and 2.
Wildcats right back to the line, and a handoff.
And we got the first.
And that'll be a Hooten Hardware first down as Deuce Hall gets the call and crosses the 30 up to the 31-yard line.
That is that. That's one of the few times we've gone to the line quick. I don't know if that was just put in this week or not, but we haven't used it a whole lot.
Extremely quick, yeah. Wildcats in black jerseys tonight, royal blue pants. We saw those black jerseys earlier this season. I think it was against Bullard. The white headgear with the interlocked SS logo on the side. Community white jerseys, gray pants, white headgear. Here's a jet sweep to Deuce Hall, and he is going to be caught and dropped behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of a couple of yards.
Yeah, Vincent kind of pulled back on that one. I don't know if he got blocked backwards or just ended up there, and he kind of was in the path, so that was kind of friendly fire that knocked him off his balance there.
Colton Dupes, a linebacker for Community, and another one that goes both ways, made the tackle there. So that's a loss of 3. Wildcats behind the chain, 2nd down and 13 from the 28-yard line. Personnel changes now for Sulphur Springs. Quinn Harris coming in, and Andre Serta is out as the H-back. Wildcats up to the line with Caden Mitchell in the shotgun, the senior quarterback. 1 to the left, 2 to the right. Mitchell backpedals, throws. Intended for Wyatt Watson at the 38-yard line, but thrown behind him, I think, Tony.
Yeah, a little high and behind. It wasn't on target. So now we got 3rd, long 12, short 13. So we need to get some positive yards where even if we don't make the first down, we can put them back in their territory. But we're not giving up on this drive. We've made a lot of 3rd and 13s this year.
Community leading 7-0 on a fumble return. Caden Mitchell setting up a screen. This is a bubble screen to the left side to Skylar Lewis, and Lewis got away from the first tackler, but now he is swarmed by Braves, and I'm not sure where they will say his forward progress was, maybe the 31.
Yeah.
That's the original line of scrimmage.
And I think this one safety out here is the only person from Nevada that was not in on the tackle at some point. Skylar wouldn't go down, and they kept bouncing off of him.
So Jackson Hare in to punt on 4th down and 10.
Yep. So not the start the Wildcats were looking for.
Whistles on the field.
Timeout Community. I don't think they had enough. They've seen us with a fake punt before.
7-0 Community. This is Wildcats football on KSST. Jackson Hare punting for Sulphur Springs on 4th and 10. It is partially blocked, or so it appears.
Yep.
And the ball does go past the line of scrimmage by maybe 12 yards or so, and the Wildcats fall on it at about the 43-yard line.
I couldn't tell but what a Nevada player touched it, but they're discussing it, but they're lined up like it's going to be first down Community on the 44-yard line. But they just signaled.
So that
Jackson might have taken an extra step there, I don't know, but all of a sudden one came in.
That is effectively a 14-yard punt.
Yep.
For Sulphur, 13-yard punt, but partially blocked there. So again, they come up to the line in the split T. Corin Ewing fakes the handoff, sets up to throw, passing deep and incomplete at about the 15-yard line. It'll be second down and 10.
C.T. Galloway had him covered like a blanket. That looked like that wasn't a very well thrown ball. We got a foul. We got holding, so we're going to take that and put them 10 back and let them try again.
Okay, good.
So that's going to work out. Okay, Chains, stay where you are. You don't move. You're on the 45.
Tony, 25 years of experience
44.
as an official. And it's
I can't help watching them.
It's an education.
They got it pretty close, putting it back.
And on this first down and 20, they keep it on the ground, and they are bottled up and will not get back to the line of scrimmage as the handoff was to Troy Matthews.
Alex King met him there and wasn't going to let go. Did a great job of meeting him and really put a good stick on him.
So he lost a yard.
I think this is going to be the ball game here, is our defense against their offense, because we'll score.
Ewing in the shotgun this time, passing and complete in the flat to the near side. Gain to about the 50-yard line. That's Cash Elston that makes the catch and is ushered out of bounds at the 50. So that is a gain of 5.
Now this is interesting because Grayson Hardy is in there, and I thought he
We talked about that.
Did he get a reprieve or something?
No, I'll tell you about that in just a moment.
I was just fixing to bring that up, and then I saw him. I'm like, oops.
This is third down and a little more than 15. Ewing back to throw, passing, and complete at the Sulphur Springs 38-yard line or so, but short of the first down. And
it's going to bring a 4th and 2, though, and they'll go for that, I would predict. Doesn't look like they're bringing in a punt team.
Derek Merriman made the catch. He's the Brave who had the touchdown on the fumble return on the first play of the game. So, 4th and 2 for Community at the Sulphur Springs 36-yard line.
I don't know if we've got it acts like it's Community timeout, but I hadn't seen the signal if something was wrong or what.
A 4th and 2 play coming up. Tony, I talked with Brandon Faircloth about that this week. He said the high school rule does not require a player who is ejected for targeting to sit out the first half of the next game. This is what
If that's what he says.
Coach
I sure
Faircloth
thought
told
it
me.
was, but I'm glad. I hate for anybody to have to sit out.
And by the way, they thought it was a terrible call. They thought that it was not targeting and was a really
doing?
bad call. Now they're moving.
Where have you got this possession starting?
Started at the 50. Well, no, started at the
49,
46.
46. That's what they're 5 off, and they're still going. They don't.
So now they're indicating
they're giving them a first down, which I guess at the 36 would have been right on it.
So rather than a 4th and 2, now they have it as a first and 10.
10 at the 36.
At the Sulphur Springs 36-yard line. Again,
so that was not a timeout.
Community, and I guess that's Brandon Faircloth out on the field talking with
getting an explanation, and I don't blame him.
Dan Wilson is the referee having an animated discussion with them right now. Okay.
Yeah. But if you say we started at 46, then they're a little short, but they've moved the chains twice, so you're not going to get it right.
They were penalized back to the 46. Well, it was 1st and 20. So
That's
this
right.
is first down at the Sulphur Springs 36-yard line. And they go between the tackles on first down, and the Wildcats are there in force to bring down Troy Matthews, who's their outstanding running back. He does pick up a couple of yards, maybe 3, actually gets to the 33-yard line.
I got Giovanni Solis in the middle of that. He plays a big part right there clogging up that middle.
Defensive tackle came into the game with 20 tackles for the Wildcats this season.
So 2nd and 7, got 3 out of that one. They had a lot of trickery trying to fool us there. They had a reverse going each way on the fakes after the handoff up the middle.
Corin Ewing, the quarterback, in the shotgun. Takes the snap, looking left, passing, and broken up by Alex King, the linebacker for Sulphur Springs.
Alex got a hand on it, yep. And the quarterback kind of double pumped, so he was trying to wait till he saw a seam, but Alex wasn't having any of it. Good coverage by both the safety both safeties. So now 3rd and 7. See if the Wildcats can put something on and hold them here. So far, not very impressed with the passing game, but I hope it stays that way.
Line of scrimmage, the Sulphur Springs 33-yard line. Ewing in the shotgun, back pedals, now scrambling, coming to the near side, and will go out of bounds right about the line of scrimmage.
Creed Wisnot escorted him out, but that was good pursuit. Mr.
Ewing.
Yeah. But Truth Holmes was hoping he kind of pulled up a little bit. He was going to pop him. He ran a long way to that sideline to not get to hit him. So 4th and 7, I think they're still going to go for it, being right here, because there's not a whole lot of punt room.
By the way, Creed Wisenhunt with 47 tackles so far this season for Sulphur Springs. We've said his name a lot.
Yep.
4th down, they're going to go for it, and pressure on Ewing, and he goes down for a sack.
22.
Yep, that's the first guy out of there.
They got both. We had about 3 of them that got back there. That didn't have a chance, so they might punt next time.
Well, deep in Sulphur Springs territory there. I can't blame them for going for it.
No, but you sure don't want to give up about 8 instead of not getting your first down.
Right.
So now starting at 41, 3rd possession here. So Wildcats need to bow up a little bit and get a little continuity going.
Community leading 7-0. That opportunity there for Community was set up on the partially blocked punt against Sulphur Springs. And this time they give it to Jackson here on a sweep to the right side. Behind his blockers, he crosses the line of scrimmage, and he's up close to the 45-yard line for a gain of about
4 yards.
4 yards there. It looked like the old Packer sweep there, Tony.
That's all that happened. We had a wing from the outside come in motion, and he set up. He did a good job of just setting up and not getting the crack back. I watched him till contact, and you've got to be from the front and above the waist. Did a really good job.
3 wideouts to the far side for Sulphur Springs. They move left to right. Snap to Caden Mitchell, setting up the bubble screen. And that one goes to Skyler Lewis. And Lewis gets past the first wave of tacklers. He's still on his feet. He is going to score for Sulphur Springs.
They really packed the middle there, and I knew that once they got outside, this one had a chance. But Skyler did a really good job. He had to cut it back on that one man. The safety had pursuit on him, but he was strong enough to break through that tackle and score. Great job, Hooten Hardware first down.
And, of course, Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op says, way to go, Wildcats. 55-yard touchdown pass from Caden Mitchell to Skyler Lewis. They had 2 big plays, 2 big touchdown passes, connections in the second half last week against the Paris Wildcats. And the kick by Eric Rodriguez is good, and we have a tie game now, 7-7 with 4:30 left to go in the first period. This is Wildcats football on KSST. Just about to have the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff here. 55-yard touchdown pass on a bubble screen, Tony, from Caden Mitchell to Skyler Lewis.
Yeah, like I said, they packed the middle and got burned there. There weren't but about 4 players for Skyler to go, and he passed 3 of them pretty quickly. Only 1 man deep. They're ready for our little punch. And there we go, kicking it over him.
That's the kickoff by Eric Rodriguez, lands at the goal line and bounds into the end zone.
Yep. had almost bounced back and didn't get there, and would have been a live ball. But the minute it touches the end zone, that's it. And I saw them practicing the long kicks today, so they are going against the grain a little bit here.
Cade Connor, one of their running backs, had an 85-yard touchdown on a kickoff return last week against Aubrey. So I'm a little surprised that they're trying that, but Rodriguez showing a strong leg there.
Yeah, their deepest back was about the 15.
First down, Community at the 25-yard line.
4 minutes, 30 seconds left in the first quarter, 7-7 game.
Again, they show the wing T here with Ewing under center. Handoff over the right side, and a substantial gain here. And pushing the pile, Mercy all the way out to the 35-yard line. That is Kendall McCullough for Community. He was hit at about the 29, but gets all the way out to the 35.
Yep, they got a first down out of it, I'm pretty sure. They hadn't moved. Yeah, now they're moving them.
Terrific job of second effort there by Kendall McCullough for Community.
That looked more like a rugby scrum than a football play.
Somehow 4 or 5 Wildcats just simply could not bring him down. So first down at the 35, Ewing under center, a toss here. Again, this is McCullough going right, cutting back left, and he has a gain to the 39-yard line, so it's a 4-yard gain for McCullough.
This is a completely different offense than what the majority of teams run, and sometimes that can give a defense fits to get settled in. They've had a week to practice, but until you see it on Friday night, you still may not think that's what they're going to run.
Running the wing T with quarterback Corin Ewing under center. Handoff goes this time to a back to the left side, and that is Troy Matthews off left tackle. Short gain to the 41-yard line, just 2 yards. So now 3rd and 4 for Community. 7-7 score. Clock rolling with 3:13 left to go in the first period from Gerald Prim Stadium. Wide out to the left side, wing back right in this wing T. Man in motion, and they're going to toss it to him, and that is McCullough. And McCullough.
He didn't get there. He's going to be 2 yards short. He gave ground to take the pitch. The Cats pinched in the middle and got him 2 short. So now I can't see them go for it here. I figure they're going to punt, but we'll see. If they're 1-6 for the year, who knows?
Here comes the punting unit onto the field. McCullough running tough again, but the Wildcats ready for him that time. I believe that was Nathan Andrews on the tackle, at least getting the first contact there for the Wildcats. The defensive end came into the game with 16 tackles this season. So 4th and 2, and it looks like Corin Ewing, the quarterback, will punt as he drops deep.
2 men back for the Cats.
And there's contact there with the punter. And a fair catch called for at the 35-yard line by...
That was Hall, I believe.
Deuce Hall, yeah.
We're back there, no flag. I don't know what Hardy's talking to the referee about. But
there's contact there on the punter, Corin Ewing, who's also the quarterback.
I think he was, well, no. I thought he held up a hand like it was going to be a 5-yarder, but that would have been enough for a first down.
I see no flag, do you?
No, and he's getting an earful from the head coach over at Community. I did not see the contact. I had just moved back to the receivers, but he is getting an earful. He's getting lit up.
Dustin Bland is the head coach of the Community Braves. He's in his 6th season.
I don't think they're discussing Thanksgiving dinner.
Well, I don't blame him. I mean, it's hard to see how there's no flag at all on that play. At any rate, it goes back over to Sulphur Springs.
But he just picked up a flag.
Oh, I didn't see that flag.
I didn't either. That's what got me, and he picked it up and put it in his belt. So I don't know. Maybe Grayson Hardy is a debate guy and talked him out of it. Anyway, first down Wildcats at the 25.
31-yard punt there. 7-7 score. Caden Mitchell swings it out for Jackson Hare. And Hare makes the catch, little wiggle, and gets past the first tackler and gets up to the 29-yard line for a gain of 4.
Good strong running by Jackson. He had 2 or 3 of them, and we've got a community player down, so we're going to have an official's timeout.
Score 7-7, 1:50 to go in the first period. This is Wildcats football on KSST. Wildcats football on KSST. 7-7 ball game, 1:50 to go. As the player for community who was injured, Grayson Abbott, walking off the field on his own power, now jogging off. So I expect we'll see him again. Ball on the near hash mark, 2nd down and 6 for Sulphur Springs. Wildcats moving left to right. Bubble screen to the far side, and it is caught, and this is Wyatt Watson this time who gets past the first tackler. Watson down the far sideline up to about the 45-yard line.
Nice job out there by, who was that, Hall. Hall shielded the guy there and got him around there. Got a Hooten Hardware first down out of it.
Thank you. He went out of bounds at the 42, so it's a 13-yard gain to Wyatt Watson. So first down, Wildcats, their own 42-yard line. Ball on the far hash.
Should have a free play here with offsides on the Nevada.
Caden Mitchell connects with Chris Adams, and Adams circles out of a tackle. He is in the clear, and he is going to score for Sulphur Springs.
That's exactly, okay, I'm sitting there thinking on the flag, but that's the offside, so that will stand. That's exactly what you're supposed to do with a free play, is throw it downfield, see if something happens.
That's a 58-yard touchdown pass from Caden Mitchell to Chris Adams.
And for the last 25, there was nobody in sight. Once he broke.
Only one man who could have made the play, and he got past him.
Yep.
That'll be the 2nd touchdown of the season for Chris Adams, and now Caden Mitchell will have 15 touchdown passes this season. Nathan Andrews will snap. Mason Cooper will hold, and Eric Rodriguez with the extra point here. Kick on the way toward Buford Park, where all of the Hopkins County 2 contestants are set up, and it is good. 14-7 Wildcats, 1:23 to go, first period. This is Wildcats football on KSST. East Texas Farmers Co-op says way to go Wildcats on that 58-yard touchdown pass from Caden Mitchell.
Hooten Hardware first down as well.
From Caden Mitchell to Chris Adams. Here's the kickoff by Eric Rodriguez. This one taken at the 10-yard line for community, and the return up the middle of the field. And he is down at the 25-yard line on the return. That is Zyerick McClinton.
C.T. Galloway came in there and kind of submarined him and took him down. Good coverage.
That was the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff, of course. Wildcats now leading 14-7. They were down 7-0 on the first play of the game.
Yep.
As there was a fumble on the snap to Caden Mitchell, or whatever happened. It was a mishandled snap, and Derek Merriman, I see now he's a defensive back, actually picked that up and ran it back 20 yards for a touchdown. But the Wildcats coming back now with 2 touchdown passes, one to Skylar Lewis and one to Chris Adams. Now here's a sweep on first down going to Troy Matthews. He's got a nice gain across the 30 up to about the 32-yard line.
Got about 7 on that one. 59 seconds and the clock's running. So we probably got 2 more plays, but sure looks like Nevada is they're going to just load it up and see if we can stop them running, because they're having a lot more success there than with the pass.
Matthews coming into the ball game had 743 yards rushing and 11 touchdowns. 2nd and 3. Ewing under center, drops back, throwing deep, overthrows his man at the 30-yard line, but he was well covered there by Gio Ibarra and Grayson Hardy.
Yep. They put a wide out on each side there and threw it, so we'll keep a watch on that, because their normal formation is 10 of them are inside the tight ends basically, and then only one wide out, and from that they're going to run the ball 90% of the time.
Jason Hardy, by the way, the son of assistant coach Stephen Hardy, leads the district with 98 tackles.
He's all over the place. He's a good one.
Now they're moving the chains here, Tony.
Oh, I guess we had a foul. I'm sorry, I didn't see it.
I was looking down too, but but they move it to the 35. 37, so there was a 5-yard penalty.
1st and 10.
And it is a 1st down and 10. And scrambling now, Corin Ewing basically running for his life here and scampers out of bounds. Laren Vaughn chased him out and also helping out. I see Barrett Thessing, but I don't hesitate to say Creed Wisenhunt for that matter. So basically no gain. I'm not sure what that 5-yard penalty was.
No, for me either. Must have been maybe offsides.
It's the long pass.
Unless they called, even if they called holding on the receiver, it would have been a 10-yarder.
Anyway, 2nd down and 10 from the 37. Again, they are in the split tee or the wing tee and whistles. And we have a false start or illegal procedure against Community, so they'll walk them back 5 yards here.
Nothing was right on that one. We had people going 3 different directions. And none of them were the right way.
2nd down and 15 for Community. Wildcats lead 14-7, 18 seconds left to go in the first period. The Braves behind the chains again here from the 32-yard line in their own territory. This time they'll go from the spread.
Probably the last play unless it's an incomplete pass.
2 in the slot, quarter. 2 wide. Ewing going to be sacked.
20 or 50? 60.
I've got,
60. That would be, I don't have him.
Well, we'll have to check on that one.
Whoever he was, he had a good play, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. So now it's going to be 3rd down and 22.
There were a couple of other Wildcats around him also. The loss is back to the 25-yard line. That's important to note. So that was a loss of 7 yards.
3rd and 22.
Now the clock still shows 12 seconds. No, it goes to 12 minutes.
They're just resetting it.
All right. 14-7 Sulphur Springs leads into the first quarter, and this is Wildcats football on KSST. Start of the second quarter, Wildcats lead at 14-7 over Community. This is 3rd and 22 for the Braves from their own 25-yard line. Ewing setting up a screen pass to the far side. It is complete, and this one's going to pick up some nice yards for Community, but they will be short of the 1st down.
C.T. Galloway came up. He was about the only man on that side of the football field, and he got through one block, came in and made a really nice tackle, or that would have gotten close.
Colton Dupes, the tight end, made the catch, and he gets out to the 38-yard line for a gain of 13 yards, but it was 3rd and 22. So this is 4th and 9 now for the Community Braves.
Let's watch action on the punter this time.
Right.
I bet we don't rush real hard.
Corin Ewing, the quarterback, is also the punter. And Dustin Bland, the head coach, complained. There's a flag down. The last time he punted, they thought he should have been credited with having been roughed. And now Wildcats come up with the ball on the return here. Was that Deuce Hall that made the catch on the punt return?
I think that was Wisnant. He's not normally back there. And there should have been a flag for roughness. Yeah, I think this is going to be offsides back here, I think.
Flag at the line of scrimmage.
Nope, they didn't have a good formation.
Illegal procedure.
Declined. We're going to take the ball on the 41 or 36. But we signaled fair catch, and they ran into us, so that might make up for that no call on the punt.
Right. And you thought that was Wisenhunt back to
Well, he
return?
got there pretty quick. It may not have been. Normally you got Hall and Schuyler back there, I think.
Mm-hmm. That's a 27-yard punt there. So Wildcats take over.
Okay, they added the 5 yards here if there was illegal procedure, which is a new rule. So they're going to start at the 41. So that was administered properly.
Wildcats lead at 14-7, 11:04 to go in the first half. Sulphur Springs now moving to the north end zone at Gerald Prim Stadium. Keep it on the ground on 1st down. And a substantial gain here. out to about the 45-yard line, and that's Jackson Hare for the Wildcats.
Give him 3. They put him down at the 44. 10:45 and running second quarter, 14-7. Wildcats.
Sulphur Springs up to the line, operating out of the spread. 2 to the far side, 1 to the near side. H-back behind the right tackle. Quick pass to the flat to Skylar Lewis, makes the catch, lowers his shoulder, picks up an extra 2 or 3 yards and gets to the community 45-yard line, and that's a Hooten Hardware first down for Sulphur Springs.
Beat me to it there. I actually was thinking of it. Knocked him out of bounds. Skylar looks like he's inviting a little bit of contact tonight. He got out there and just had a little button hook and got a little running start and said, come on, boys.
11 yards on the gain to Skylar Lewis. You were saying during the break he is the son of?
He's son of Scotty Lewis, who was from the Cameron years. And in my mind, he's the best athlete that's come through here in probably 60 or 70 years.
Deuce Hall in the game at quarterback, and of course that means we're likely to see a quarterback run, and we do, and he is loose and out the gate as he started out to the right, then bounced off a couple of tacklers, then cut it back to the left and came to the near side and is all the way, let's see, to the 22-yard line.
Yep.
So a big gain there for Deuce Hall.
Hooten Hardware first down for Deuce Hall. That's a good job. And he looked like he was going to get clogged up for about a 4-yard gain. He kept the legs going. All of a sudden, he cut to the left and had some men out here, and he got a great yardage out of it.
23 yards on the gain by the sophomore Deuce Hall. First down Wildcats at the 23. Sulphur Springs leading 14-7. Caden Mitchell, lots of time to throw in the pocket. Fires it out for Skylar Lewis at the 20-yard line. He can't hold on. Closely covered there for community by Kendall McCullough. Another one of those guys going. No, that's beg your pardon. That's Derek Merriman.
I sure wished he had held off there because Jackson Hare broke free right over the middle, and that would have been an easy pitch and catch for 6 there. So hopefully somebody up in the coaching box saw that. Got about the same formation. Let's see if maybe they want to call it this time.
Second down and 10 for the Wildcats at the community 23. Caden Mitchell backpedaling, throwing over the middle, and in and out of the hands of Wyatt Watson at the 3-yard line.
I think he had a little bit of alligator arm on that one. The ball was a little stretched, and he was going to have some contact. And every once in a while, you don't get those arms quite out as far. You're protecting yourself a little. Pretty good throw.
So third down and 10 for the Wildcats at the Community Braves 23, just inside the 23.
I look for us to be in 4-down territory regardless, unless we have a big loss on this one.
2 to the far side, 1 to the near side. Quinn Harris, the H-back in motion. Passing over the middle, complete, and inside it goes to the 5-yard line.
Yep. Down to the 3.
That's
good
Chris
job.
Adams again.
He just did a little button hook, and Mitchell was looking for him. He was wide open. We found a little seam, did exactly what you're supposed to. So this looks like Wildcat football. 17
yards to Chris Adams. Handoff up the middle, and it's a touchdown for Jackson Hare.
Hooten Hardware first down twice.
And Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op says, way to go Wildcats on that 3-yard touchdown run by Jackson Hare. And Sulphur Springs takes a 20-7 lead now. Eric Rodriguez in to kick the extra point. Coming into the game, he was 28 of 30. Kicked his first 2 tonight. Nathan Andrews the snap. Mason Cooper the hold, and the kick is good. 21-7, Sulphur Springs on top. This is Wildcats football on KSST. Just about to have the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff here by Eric Rodriguez, with the Wildcats now leading 21-7. Ball teed up at the 40-yard line. He's been kicking deep so far tonight.
Yep.
Advances on the ball. And again, he kicks it deep, and this one's going to be taken at the 2-yard line off the hands of the return man. He went into the end zone to bring it back out, and he's going to be brought down around the 7-yard line.
7-yard line. He should have stayed in that end zone. He touched it at the 1, but the impetus took it into the end zone. And a lot of times you don't think quick enough, but he could have downed it and it would have come out to the 25. But he did his best, but the Wildcats had really good coverage and stopped him at the 7.
That was Cade Connor on the return. So the rule is that if it touches his hands in the field of play and goes back into the end zone, he could down it.
It's who put it there. So the fact that he touched it in the field of play, he did not put it there, so he can go get on it. Now, if he catches it to 1 and recedes,
right,
he put it there. But on a kick like that, if he'd have just downed it, they'd have got it to 25.
Yeah,
but that's a lot to decipher.
Pitch out going wide right, and they are caught behind the line and brought down for a loss here.
T.J. Bolden broke through there and said, "Come on my way," and he didn't let him go.
That's Kendall McCullough on the sweep there. Loss is back to the 3 for a loss of 4, second down and 14 for Community.
This is where I think that our overall quality of player, with them bunching up like that, if we can come up and bunch up, it's going to be hard for them to beat us on the line.
Ewing under center in the split tee, and again they're trying to go off tackle here with Kendall McCullough. And again, he is not quite going to get back to the line. I think that's Grayson Hardy there for
number
Sulphur
60,
Springs.
The mystery man, got him too. They gave him a generous spot to the 2. I thought he was on the 1. But
well, so did I.
We've lost anyway, but we need to find out. We're going to have to listen and see who 60 is. He's made 2 really good tackles.
He's playing defensive tackle, and we get a break. We'll go next door and talk with our public address announcer, Kevin Woolley, and see if he has the identity of that.
Yep.
Fine Wildcat defender.
Probably got a timeout Community there. They're going to try to regroup because there's not many 3rd and 15s from the 2.
21-7, Sulphur Springs on top. This is Wildcats football on KSST. Wildcats football on KSST. This is 3rd and long from the 2-yard line. Off left tackle they go. It's a big gain, but we'll be short of the first down. They get out to about the 16-yard line on this. And a gang tackle situation there for Sulphur Springs. That is Troy Matthews, their big gun. Gets to the 16 for a gain of 14 yards.
That's a shame. I know they're the opposition, but that's a shame to get 14 when you're 3rd and 15 on your own 2.
4th and 1.
Punting situation, can't afford to give up anymore.
So it is Deuce Hall back for Sulphur Springs. These kids are so slender when they...
Nope, that's number 3.
That's Gio.
Or Gio?
Gio Ibarra.
Okay.
And the punt by Ewing. Going to be taken by Gio Ibarra, and it will be returned. Here's a nice return for the Wildcats to the 30-yard line.
Great job. And that's, I don't think we've let a punt bounce yet.
I was going to mention that to you.
Oh, I've noticed. That's my pet peeve. So I don't know. But it's amazing that if we don't give up 15 yards on the roll, where we end up. So we're going to start at the 29 going in.
So that punt was taken at the 45-yard line. That's about a 29-yard punt. And the return to the 29, was it? So we're going to call that 29. A return of 16 yards by Gio Ibarra.
And that was all him. He raced up and caught it because it would have bounded, and he just took it off and got what he could and went to the sideline. So really good job. And that's so much difference on field position.
Wildcats lead at 21-7. Quinn Harris in motion left to right. Slant in, intended for Skylar Lewis, had it in his hands, couldn't hold on at the 24-yard line.
I don't think even Skylar wanted that one because he was right in the middle of a whole bunch of folks and fixing to get popped, and that was, I'd hold off on calling that one anymore right now.
By the way, in the game against Community last year at Nevada, Gio Ibarra had 3 interceptions in the game.
Is that the game? I've heard you talking about it.
And the pass now from Caden Mitchell to Skylar Lewis. Makes the catch at the 20-yard line, kind of set down on the tackler there.
Player, and he never touched, and Skylar knew it and went on. He got about another 5 yards, and we got a player down, the one that Skylar sat on. He may have knocked his breath out sitting on him.
He
But
gets
that's
to the
Houghton Hardware. I'm sorry, Houghton Hardware first down at the 18-yard line.
18-yard line for a gain of 11 yards. And the Community Brave player still down at the 22-yard line.
Yep.
So the Wildcats lead at 21-7. This is Wildcats football on KSST. Paja Holt, the injured Community Brave, walked off the field on his own power. So first down and 10, Wildcats at the Community 18-yard line. Sulphur Springs leading 21-7. Caden Mitchell has Deuce Hall in the ballgame at running back. Fake to Hall. Mitchell, all kinds of time to throw now, moving in the pocket, throw into the far sideline, caught,
That's
and
Watson.
out of bounds. No, that is, it is, you're right, it is.
He's got that pink towel holding. He did an outstanding job of toe tapping. That ball was thrown where only he could get it. That's a great throw on the run by Mitchell, and Watson got it first and goal on the one. Houghton Hardware first down.
Wyatt Watson made the catch on the far side, and the Wildcats first and goal now.
I can't see numbers, but I can see that pink towel. He's the only one that's got it.
You're right. I'll remember that. Andre Serta in there is an H-back behind the left tackle, and they snap it to Deuce Hall, and Hall scores standing up for the Wildcats with good blocking up the middle, and it's 27-7 for Sulphur Springs.
Another 1 yard Houghton Hardware first down on that one.
And Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op says, way to go, Wildcats, on that 2-yard touchdown run by Deuce Hall. And that will be his 10th touchdown of the season. The sophomore do-everything player for the Wildcats.
This is our kicking game that I was complimenting offline. Has really done well. I hope I don't jinx him, but he's been doing a great job. Eric
Rodriguez, the place kicker. And again, he's got it right between the uprights. 28-7, Sulphur Springs. Wildcats leading after trailing in this game after the first play from scrimmage, 7-0. 6:15 to go in the first half. This is Wildcats football on KSST. J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff just about to take place here, with the Wildcats leading 28-7. Eric Rodriguez advancing on the ball, and again, he's kicking deep here, and it goes to the 6-yard line. And the return is by Cade Connor out across the 20 to the 21-yard line. So Tony's talking about the job that the Wildcats have been doing on extra points.
Yeah, they're just like clockwork right now, and that's a 3-man team, not to mention the other blockers not letting anybody in there, but that's all timing, and it's a boring practice, so really good.
Nathan Andrews is the snapper, and Mason Cooper is the holder for Eric Rodriguez. And they have done a great job, and they are now 32 of 34 on their extra points.
And that's huge when the deeper you get in a season too, because the games are going to get closer.
And you said something also during the break. It'd be good to see them try a field goal.
Yes, I hope that it comes up. This is a good game to try maybe.
First down from the 21. The wing tee here for Community, and they keep it on the ground, and it's a short gain, if that.
Truth Holmes got that one. Again, our guys are just overpowering the middle of the line, and they're determined that they're going to put 10 guys in the box and run the ball inside the box. And that's just, I hate to break it to them, but they're not going to have any good sustained success with us. Now they split 2.
It was a 1-yard gain by their top back, Troy Matthews. Now Ewing under center, drops back, complete to the near side, and up to the 31-yard line on the pass play here. And it goes to Derek Merriman.
Wisenhunt and James Johnson paired up on the tackle there, just a short gain. Well, it's pretty, got close.
He's close to the first down.
I don't think he got it.
Needs to get to the 31. They're still moving the down marker over on the far side.
Referee keeps walking, he's going to get it. They gave it to him. That's okay. You're supposed to bring that chain to you. He kept walking, and sometimes he's not quite square.
First down at the 31. Braves moving left to right to the south end zone. Ewing throwing deep down the far side and incomplete at the 35-yard line. Good coverage.
Gio
Cash Elston was the intended receiver, and you say Gio
Ibarra had the best chance of catching it. He may remember that 3-interception game, and he says he's behind right now. They're just not very polished as a passing team, and that's, sometimes you just not that kind of skill set.
You had Grayson Hardy and Creed Wisenhunt also back there for Sulphur Springs. 2nd down and 10 from the 31. Here's a toss to Kendall McCullough. McCullough going right, showing some quick moves there, cuts it back to the left, darts across the 35 up to the 37-yard line. Now he is swarmed by Wildcat tacklers.
I think Hardy was about the first one right there. He came up and hit it hard. But I'll give community linemen their due there. When they get those scrums, they don't give up. 3rd and 4. 4:30 left in the ball game. Clock running. First half. Community will get the kickoff at second half.
That was a gain of 6, so this is 3rd down and 4. Wide out left, wide out right, wing back left. Ewing, short drop, passes to the far side, caught, and he gets away from the tackler and is out of bounds over on the far side. We'll have the first down for community.
Got out of the first tackle, and then Gio took him out of bounds out there.
That's Cash Elston that made the catch. Up to the 47-yard line he goes.
The only thing they're able to complete are the little short passes, so we'll see if we gamble any.
They go between the tackles on first down and pick up a nice gain into Sulphur Springs territory. And this, again, is Troy Matthews.
Truth Holmes in the middle of that one again. 2 or 3 had a shot.
Alex McCormick there also for Sulphur Springs, number 2 tackler on the team with 55 tackles.
He added another one. That's right. He's been active all year. The defense has played well this year.
Gain of 6, 2nd down and 4. Up the middle they go. Short of the first down, maybe a couple of yards here. This is Kendall McCullough on the carry to the Sulphur Springs 45.
I think Giovanni Solis was the first one to hit him there. He's one of those tackles that's doing a good job.
3rd and 2 for the Braves at the Sulphur Springs 45-yard line. Sulphur Springs leads at 28-7, just over 3 minutes left to go in the first half. Ball on the far hash as they move left to right. Ewing under center. Handoff. Kendall McCullough between the tackles. He'll be close to a first
short
down.
By 1. Looked like Truth Holmes and some others in there again.
Nathan Andrews.
Yep. Solis had 2 or 3. 4th and 1. So we know they'll be going here this time. And they'll pack 10 in and see what they can do. So let's see if the Wildcats can put their feet in the ground and take them to the north.
Very tight formation here. It's a quarterback sneak with Ewing, and I don't know if he made it or not.
I don't either. I figure they're going to give it to him because 1 yard. The official on the community side came in. He's going to have the spot, so I figure they're going to give it to him. And I'm not going to say it's a gift. They had a decent charge. Come on,
still
guy.
Talking about it.
Make a signal and go.
Dan Wilson is the referee.
Yep.
Wildcats think they held.
If it's short of the yard to gain or the yard line, it's not good. They're going to.
I guess they're going to measure
it. Yep.
Yeah.
If this comes up short, the coaches for community are not going to be happy. I think he's got it. I think they put it right on the line.
They need to get between the 43 and 44-yard line. Looks like it's at the 43. Here come the chains. And they stretch them. Boy, that's close. He's got it. Maybe the nose of the football there.
That's one of those where I don't know how much experience he's had, but when I'm out there, I tell my crew, I said, if I signal first down, you turn and you get that chain picked up and go. Because the longer you leave them sitting, and we're just salesmen out there. That's all we are.
Yeah.
If I sit there and signal first down, you don't doubt me.
Yep.
Because I'm going to have stuff moving. So 1st and 10 from the 43.
single setback this time, and we had a false start.
Yep. Shut
Tight
it down.
end jumped, I think, for Community.
Yep.
So this will push them back.
Take it back to the 48. And again, advantage Wildcats if they're going to throw the football, but with 2 minutes left, I think they realize that's the only chance to score, because I just don't see them busting through our front 7 or 8. And I really don't see them outdoing our backs. We've got the advantage on defense right now as against their offense.
Behind the chains, 1st and 15, Community at their own 48-yard line now. Corin Ewing back to throw over the middle, complete. And this is Cash Elston on a slant in from left to right. He breaks a tackle or two.
Got about 10 out of it.
It's
That's a good job.
Down to the Sulphur Springs 38-yard line.
Yep. I don't think they've gotten into the formation with twin splits and not thrown the ball, so they're pretty well giving it away.
2nd down and 5 now for Community at the Sulphur Springs 38. Ball on the far hash as they move left to right. 2 setbacks behind Ewing. Ewing fakes the handoff, rolls to his left, throwing across his body. Did they say incomplete?
Yeah, bounced it in. He was throwing against his shoulder over there, right-hander going left.
Yep.
So that's going to make it 3rd and 5. This would be an awful good time for Ibarra to possibly jump one. They're not going to throw it deep with any success. So I think we'll probably start moving up a little bit, not giving them quite as much cushion.
Wyatt Bland, the center, out over the football. Ewing under center. Drops back now, sets up a screen over on the far side. It is complete,
Fumble.
but the ball comes
Came
out.
out.
Loose ball over on the far side. May have the 1st down, but what about the fumble?
Yep, I hadn't seen the signal. I got a feeling Community got up with it. They did, so that's going to be a 1st down at about the 23.
I believe that the center there got out on the ball and made the recovery, Wyatt Bland. So 1st down at the 23 of Sulphur Springs.
They're going right to the line of scrimmage. The chains are not set yet. Now they're fixing to go. They've only got one time out left.
It was Cash Elston on the clutch catch there for the Braves. Now they hand off up the middle, and it's going nowhere.
I think that's probably Truth Holmes and Solis again.
Matthews.
That's at number 60, our mystery 60.
We're gonna check on that. They did not know who he is in the public address booth either. We'll check on that with the coaches at halftime. 2nd down and 10 from the 23. Wildcats lead 28-7, late 1st half. Ewing scrambling, tripped up, and brought down near the line of scrimmage, I believe.
Yep. I think that was our mystery man again, got him by the toe.
He's
that
active,
sure was,
isn't he?
number 60. Now they reached up there and spiked the ball. That only having one timeout's really hindering them. They're trying all they can to get some sort of score right now and then get that kickoff on the 2nd half. So
14 seconds on the clock.
4th and 10 though by spiking it, so that might not have been the wisest choice in the world.
Right. 28-7 Sulphur Springs. Now from here it would be about a 40-yard field goal, maybe 41.
Yeah, from what I saw in warm-ups, they've got no shot at that. This is where I wish we had the ball.
Right. Give Eric Rodriguez a chance.
Wildcats are going to call a timeout right now, and they're going to do anything they can to keep them from scoring again on this right at the end of the half.
This has been the best drive for Community by
Correct.
4.
It has.
By far. We'll continue to talk about this 4th down play coming up here because there's only 14 seconds left. They have moved from their own 21-yard line, and this now will be the 15th play of the drive. Sulphur Springs leading 28-7.
Okay. Our magic man, Matt, says number 60 is Trey Parnell.
Okay.
So Trey
Thank you,
Parnell's
Matt.
got 4 or 5 tackles that we owe him.
Thank you, Matt. Not sure how Matt figured that out.
He does it all.
I tell you, he is a treasure, isn't he? 4th down and 10.
14 seconds. They've got time for at least 2 plays. This is where we'll see if Wildcats give them the ball underneath and just try to tackle them in bounds.
As Tony pointed out, only one timeout. Ewing dropping back to throw into the end zone, back of the end zone, incomplete.
Yeah, Hardy missed one there. He thought he had it, but he might have intentionally let it go because it gives us an advantage to the 22 instead of the 20.
He's smart enough to do that.
Yep, he is that.
Intended for Colton Dukes, the tight end at the back of the end zone. But
7 seconds left in the half. Wildcats come out and more than likely just run it. They might take a knee. Who knows?
I imagine they'll run it out.
Got Deuce Hall in the background, in the backfield, so
yeah.
Even just a little off tackle can go 78 yards, though, with some of the talent we've got.
So that drive for Community went 57 yards.
That was pretty good when the play with the fumble gained the most, I think.
Yeah, 57 yards.
And a knee.
In 15 plays. Yeah, Deuce Hall takes the knee. That'll do it. Wildcats lead it at halftime 28-7 over the Community Braves. And Wildcats football continues after this on KSST. Wildcats football on KSST. It is brought to you by, if I can find my card here. Here it is. I found it. Great. Alliance Bank, Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op, Farm Country, Houghton Hardware, City National Bank, Wesley House Assisted Living, J. Hodge Chevrolet, Saputo Dairy Foods, Christus Mother Francis Hospital, Copy Products, and BT Medical. The pregame presented by Super Handy. Halftime now presented by Galleon Insurance, Hall Oil, and Super Handy. The community band about to take the field here, and we'll be discussing the first half here and whatever else comes up while they're performing. But as the Wildcat band takes the field, along with the Blue Blazes, will be presenting their performance to you this evening. So 28-7, Sulphur Springs leading at halftime, but Community scored on the first play from scrimmage. And for whatever reason, there was a mishandled snap by the Wildcats from their own 27-yard line. Derek Merriman, a defender for Community, picked it up and ran it back for a 20-yard touchdown with only 20 seconds gone by in the first quarter. And Community led it 7-0 with the extra point kick by Colt Story. Wildcats tied it up on a 55-yard pass from Caden Mitchell to Skylar Lewis. Rodriguez the kick, and it was 7-7 with 4:30 left to go in the first quarter. Wildcats forced the Braves to punt, start at their own 25-yard line, and they scored in just 3 plays as Caden Mitchell connected with Chris Adams on a 58-yard touchdown pass to the flat, and Adams did a good job of getting past the one defender who had a chance to stop him and had clear sailing to the goal line. The extra point by Eric Rodriguez made it 14-7 with 1:23 left to go in the first quarter. Wildcats then drove 59 yards in 7 plays. They had a 19-yard pass to Chris Adams at the goal line, a 23-yard run by Deuce Hall on the drive, touchdown run by Jackson Hare from 3 yards out. Rodriguez with the point, 21-7, Sulphur Springs with 8:53 to go in the second quarter. And then the Wildcats got the ball at the Community 29-yard line after a nice 16-yard punt return by Gio Ibarra. And they score in just 4 plays as Deuce Hall got the touchdown on a 2-yard run. The kick by Rodriguez good with 6:25 left to go in the second quarter, and Sulphur Springs led 28-7. And then the Braves used up most of the rest of the second quarter on that long 57-yard drive in 15 plays, but finally gave it back up on downs with just a few seconds left in the half, and that's where we stand at halftime, 28-7. Sulphur Springs leading over Community from Gerald Prim Stadium. Tony, what are your thoughts on the first half?
Pretty well what I was expecting. I was expecting that we were going to overmatch them talent-wise, and with as basic as Community is, if you're going to put 10 in the box, you got to have 10 hosses that can just kind of move the scrum. And at times they get 4 or 5, but we've had lots of tackles right at the line and even in backfield running around them. So And other than the one play where the snap was the first play of the ball game where they snapped the ball and Mitchell wasn't ready for it, where they got their points, it's just total domination. So sometimes you have these mismatches, and poor community has more than their share of this on the bottom side of it.
So do you have some scores from some other games?
I got several scores.
Okay.
Area scores. Como is behind Quinlan 20-6 at halftime. These are basically all halftime. Commerce over Eustis 17-0. Cumbie's over Sims Bowie 32-24. Winsboro is annihilating Mount Vernon 48-0. You called that one. Pleasant Grove 14 to Gilmer 3. That's a state rank inside district, and so that's a big ball game in the state. And Pleasant Grove has one of its players is one of my son's classmates, Emily Dickin. So have to keep up with that. She might be here for the reunion. Alba is trailing Cooper 12-9, so that's a pretty good ball game too. Van over Pittsburgh 28-0, and then in district, both up are 31-0.
Wow.
Aubrey is leading Lake Dallas, and Salina over Parrish 31-0 each way. So the district does not have a close game today.
Well, I am shocked that Aubrey is leading Lake Dallas 31-0 at halftime.
Me too.
That is shocking.
But all we've got is other scores. We never see Lake Dallas, so that's the problem sometimes when you get in these districts where you don't get a chance to go see anybody, and you trust that the scores are honest, and so they may not be.
Lake Dallas is the Wildcats' opponent next week.
Yep.
And, of course, Sulphur Springs beat Aubrey in the first district game. It was 35 to 14,
I think.
Yeah, 35 to 14. So you don't want to get too caught up in comparative scores, but that would tend to suggest that the Wildcats would match up pretty well against Lake Dallas next week.
And in all honesty, I think that Wildcats are poised to. Of course, we got Panther Creek evidently is off this week. That's the odd man out. But the way it's stacking up, if we play our cards right, the last game of the season here at home against Panther Creek is going to come down to seeding for number 2 and 3.
Yep, I think that, you got to take care of business.
You do.
Finish this thing off here tonight, of course. But next week then Sulphur Springs, I'm sure, would be favored to beat Lake Dallas if this score holds up with Aubrey leading Lake Dallas 31-0 at halftime. I think the Wildcats would be favored to beat Lake Dallas next week. And going into the season, Lake Dallas was considered really one of the very
like I say,
top
the Dallas
teams.
Morning News had Salina, Panther Creek, Aubrey, and Lake Dallas as 4 of the top 5 teams in 4A, but they're just looking in the Dallas area. But you look at all 4 of those being in our district, it kind of didn't strike fear with me, but it let me know the district is going to be tough. And the thing we've got to remember, too, is we're a pretty good football team, but we're not good enough to just go over there and say, y'all come at us, you can't handle it. They can today. They can't the rest of the year.
Right. Oh, so you're right.
We've got teams. We've got to play football, but, this is a game almost like a real I hate to call it practice, but we've got a half here where we can get some other people some playing time possibly, or try a couple of things, maybe that field goal here or there. But then at the end of this ball game and celebrate for one night or whatever, and then get ready because you got 3 or 2 ball games left that mean something.
Salina is still ranked number 1 in the state in 4A Division I. And in the district, Salina leads 3-0 with a 3-0 record, and don't see any way that they're going to lose a district game now. Panther Creek is 3-1, and Salina has already defeated Panther Creek this year. I believe it was 42-7.
Yep, something like that.
Sulphur Springs is 2-1, and currently in 3rd place. Aubrey is 2-2, but looks like they will be 3-2 after tonight.
Yep.
Lake Dallas is 1-2 and will probably be 1-3. Paris likely will be 1-4. Community likely will be 0-4 at the end of the night tonight. So, Yeah, that is it's a big game next week at Lake Dallas, and then and presuming, let us not say presuming, but if Sulphur Springs wins next week at Lake Dallas, and certainly should not presume that. But if they do, then that no doubt will set up a huge game, the final regular season game here against Panther Creek.
This is a new opponent in Lake Dallas. It is a long trip, but we hope the fans take the opportunity to go see some new teams, new area, new restaurants. That's always going to help you.
That's a great point.
You know, the Cats Sulphur Springs is outstanding following their sports teams, especially if they're on the winning side of it, too. So it'd be very important to go support the Wildcats. We'll have 100 kids with the band and the drill team and so forth. So let's go over there and support them.
I've done a little research into that, and going to Lake Dallas, probably the best way to go is to take I-30 into Garland, get on the George Bush Turnpike, and you can ride that all the way to Lake Dallas.
Okay.
So that.
Well, I figure, are we not going to have to get up on 35 at the end?
Maybe that may be so. Yes.
I got a feeling that to get all the way to Lake Dallas, you're going to end up going George Bush to 35.
Yes.
And go north, and it's probably 2 to 5 miles up that way.
Not very far.
Not very far. We're
35.
on that just around the tip of Lake Louisville.
Right. So in other Sulphur Springs sports, I wanted to mention this. The Wildcats golf team, Tony, hosted the Fall Invitational this week at the Sulphur Springs Country Club with the varsity shooting a .305 and winning the tournament. Along with the team victory, Nick Burney shot a round of 72 even par. And was the individual champion. Gage Gideon also placed in the top 5 with a score of 73, 1 over to finish in a tie for third. Luke White shot a 79, Noah Newsom 81, and Tatum Tran an 82. But the Wildcats win their tournament, and the Lady Cats golf team also won their home tournament this week with a team total score of 313. Listen to this. Allison Thomas led the way with a 2 under par 70.
They blew everybody out of the water at that tournament. I mean, we've got some when it's fun in the fall, but when the spring gets here, we got some people to watch, and these both the boys and the girls they're ready to be reckoned with. And I think both of them have gone to state the last 2 years. I know the boys have. But I kind of think the girls have. Yeah. But they evidently, they are loaded right now, too, and they're working hard.
McKenna Meskinen shot an 81, Kenzie Posey 92, Evie Birdsong 80, and Ramsey Reagan a 90. So, wow, but Allison Thomas, 2 under par 70.
All of those scores for the girls there, people don't realize a lot of times the girls – will shoot 400, something like that. They've got it where the 85 is the best that there is on that team. And to have all of these in those 70s like that, and you can throw out some of those high scores and get that. You can't get to 314 or 315 without some good scores. So kudos to the girls and the boys working hard. Hang in there and get ready.
And the Sulphur Springs varsity cross-country runners in the regional meet. Edith Martinez placed 4th, Abby Williams placed 14th, Jaden Connor placed 17th, all earning a spot at the state meet on November 1st in Round Rock. But Edith
Great
Martinez with a 4th place finish in the regional cross-country meet this week.
Wildcats are everywhere.
And volleyball under head coach Bailey Dorner, they are now 24-14, 5-4 in district. They beat Pleasant Grove 3-2 this week, 3 games to 2, and Paris 3 games to 2. That game was last night. They moved that game, I think, from Friday to Thursday evening. They play at home against Bonham, their final home game, 6 p.m. Tuesday. I believe that is, in fact, I'm sure that's the last district game. And then I guess they have already scheduled a practice game, if you will, against Commerce next Friday evening at 4:30 at Commerce. But Sulphur Springs currently in 3rd place in the district in volleyball, and would appear to have 3rd place pretty well locked up. And so they'll be going into the playoffs here within a week or 10 days or whatever that is.
the Bonham and some of that in Pleasant Grove, my feeble mind might not make the turn from football to basketball with the different districts because it's totally different for the rest of the year.
That's right.
And, we've got some travel woes from football, but we got a better district and one that we will be very, very competitive in for the remainder of the year for a regular district.
That's right. All right, we're going to take one more break, and then we will have the Wildcat Band and Blue Blazes performance for you. 28-7 at halftime, Sulphur Springs leading. This is Wildcats football on KSST. Halftime at Gerald Prim Stadium, the Wildcats leading the Community Braves 28-7. Sulphur Springs High School Band and the Blue Blazes on the field. And halftime is presented by Galleon Insurance, Hall Oil, and Super Handy.
For the 24-25 line are Junior Lieutenant Gerald Prim and Emma Velasquez. Senior Lieutenants are Jaden Allen and Allison Smith. Your captain, Trinity Martin and Sedona McCollum. The Blazers want to send a special shout out to their Blazers of the Week and to their Spirit Girls of the Week, none other than the class of 2025. Let's also hear it for this week's Spotlight teacher, Coach Brent Hayden. The Blazers would love to send a special shout out and thank you to their sponsors, Corner Grub House, RGW Holiday, J&D Dozer and Motion, Miguel and Lindy Palacios, Larry and Sherry Finney, the Bankston family, the Sign Shop, Bob Evans, the Shirt Lady, City National Bank, Wyatt's Towing. The Blazers are under the direction of alumni member, Mrs. Meredith Dollar. Now, join the Blazers as they perform a rocking jazz routine to Any Way You Want.
Ladies and gentlemen, here they come, your back-to-back UIL state finalists. Man, oh man, that Wildcat Band. The band is being led onto the field by drum majors Brody Emmert, Cannon Gibson, Rafael Flores, and Anthony Small. Tonight, the Wildcat Band welcomes a very special group of guests on the sideline. Let's hear it for our Wildcat Band 8th graders. We look forward to you joining us next year. Now sit back and enjoy tonight's performance of Neon Nights. Ladies and gentlemen, the Sulphur Springs High School Wildcat Band. Directors for the band are Spencer Emmert, Allison Martinez, Zachary Griffin, Cody Brown, Brittany Robinette, Steve Proctor, and Connor Dawes. Join the band next Saturday, November 2nd for UIL Area Contest in Lindell. The band would also like to wish our friends in the community band good luck at area and go Wildcats.
That's Jordan Owens, your official announcer for the Sulphur Springs High School Band, and wrapping up the band's performance here at Gerald Prim Stadium tonight. The Wildcats leading 28-7 over the Community Braves. Halftime is brought to you by Galleon Insurance, Hall Oil, and Super Handy. Another break. We'll come back with the second half. This is Wildcats football on KSST. And we're just about to have the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff to start the second half with the Wildcats leading 28-7. Eric Rodriguez has it teed up at the 40-yard line and advances on the ball. And again, he kicks it deep. And again, it's going to be Cade Connor to the right side who returns it. And he is swarmed there by Wildcat tacklers at about the 18-yard line, and one in particular got there first.
Alex King, I believe. He just bear hugged him and took him to the ground. We've had some really good tackling going on tonight by the Wildcats, which has not been necessarily our best strong suit earlier in the years. So the 18-yard line is the line of scrimmage for Community, trailing 28-7. Their colors are also blue and gold, but tonight they're in gray pants, white jerseys, royal blue numerals, white headgear with the blue and gold trim. Wildcats in black jerseys, royal blue pants, and white headgear tonight. So first down, this is Kendall McCullough on a jet sweep coming from the wingback position, left to right, makes the corner, turns upfield, crosses the 20 up to about the 23-yard line for a gain of 5 yards. Laren Vaughn was one of the attackers there. They actually had 4 guys split and put this jet sweep in motion, so they may be pulling out the stops. They got 4 split again, 3 and 1.
Second down and 6. Ewing in the shotgun this time, moving in the pocket, looking downfield, scrambling off to the left side and throws it out of bounds.
He threw it out of bounds, and I think Laren Yep, it was. Laren put a real good hit on him, very, very legal and very timely. So I'm afraid if Community tries this the whole time, it's not going to work out very well for them, but we'll see.
3rd and 6 coming up for the Braves. They are moving to the south end zone at Gerald Prim Stadium, or left to right here in the third quarter. Ball on the near hash.
What you're seeing out of the defense tonight is everybody's kind of on their toes. They know they've got the upper hand, and they're ready to play each play.
Ewing in the shotgun. Gets rid of it quickly, passing to the near side, intended for Derek Merriman, but over his head.
Going to make a punting situation, and here they come. They can't afford to do anything this deep in the territory.
4th and 6.
So we've got Hall and Gio Ibarra back. They've done an outstanding job of catching the football and some decent returns. Let's see if we can continue that trend. If we do, we should get the ball in Community's side of the field.
Gio Ibarra had a 16-yard return late in the first half, led to the Wildcats' 4th touchdown. Corin Ewing, the quarterback, also punts, waiting on the snap. High snap. Gets the kick away, coming to the near side, lands at the 45-yard line. Not a very good kick. And it will be down at the Community 46. So no chance for a return by the Wildcats there. But
couldn't have caught that one. We got kind of fortunate. Alex King was covering, and that oblong ball took one of those hops and nearly got him.
Yep.
It's going to be the Wildcats' ball, 46-yard line going in with 10:56 left. So that first series just lasted a minute for the Braves. 24-yard
punt there. Sulphur Springs in great field position at the Community 46. First down and 10. Wildcats moving to the north end zone. Two wide to the far side, one to the near side. Wildcats in the spread. The snap to Caden Mitchell. You hear the whistles.
Yep. False start by one of the linemen. This is going to be an interesting half to see if the Wildcats can keep their focus and bear down with this big lead, and if it continues, whether or not Coach Faircloth subs some and tries to stay healthy for the remainder of the season.
Mm-hmm. This pushes them back into Wildcat territory just barely at the 49-yard line. And they're behind the chains with 1st and 15. Caden Mitchell, the senior quarterback in the shotgun, takes the snap, gets rid of it quickly in the flat to Skylar Lewis. Lewis breaks a tackle and maneuvers down to about the 42-yard line in community territory.
Got about 8 yards, and he slipped 2 tackles, and it took about 4 of them to get him. Right now, they're just throwing it to him on a little button hook and saying, "Go north, young man."
8 yards on the gain to Skylar Lewis.
2nd down and 6.
And you hear our public address announcer, Kevin Woolley, tell you it's 2nd down and 6. 28-7, Sulphur Springs leading, first possession of the second half. 2 wide to the far side, 1 to the near side. They swing it out now to Quinn Harris, the H-back. And Harris in the flat over on the far side has a nice gain. He is down to about the 31-yard line for a Sulphur Springs first down.
Hooten Hardware first down. He lost his hat at the end of that play, so he'll have to come out for one play. That was extremely close to going yard. He got out there, and we had some, I think it was Chris Hall or Chris Adams out there blocking, and he nearly sealed it off, but pursuit caught up with him. Still a nice gain.
12 yards on the gain. They gave him the 30. So first down, Wildcats at the Braves' 30-yard line. Caden Mitchell under pressure. There's flags down. Mitchell throwing.
We got a catch. We had a free play. Community brought everybody, but great job by, well, let's see now. He's saying he didn't catch it.
Was that Wyatt Watson?
No, that was
Jackson?
Hare.
Yeah, okay, Jackson.
Yep. But we had offsides with contact, so I think he may have caught it, but the contact was there, so they have to bring that back. That's not one that you can decline. If the defense makes contact, you shut it down immediately. If they're in the neutral zone, you go ahead and run the play. So 5-yard penalty, 1st and 5 at the 25.
Wildcats lead 28-7. First possession of the second half. Caden Mitchell in the shotgun. Ball on the far hash as they move right to left. Mitchell now may be changing the play. Still 11 seconds on the play clock. Deuce Hall a step to his right. Mitchell backpedaling. Throwing over the middle. Caught inside the 5. And that is Wyatt Watson again with another catch.
Did you know because of the pink
I
towel?
sure did.
There you go.
Yeah.
You're on there. Hooten Hardware first down. Very patient Mitchell. Let him take time to break free, and a really nice pass.
First and goal at the 1, 24 yards on the gain. This is Deuce Hall lowering his shoulder.
So we got to see which way they could go either way.
Looks like he's got the touchdown
I think
for the
he's
Wildcats.
in. Yes, it's whether or not it'll stand. Illegal procedure. That's what I thought they were going to call us. So we're going to go back 5 and should be at the 6-yard line, 1st and goal. We kind of got up there again running a quick play. We've tried that 2 or 3 times. I don't know if that's something they're incorporating in case they need to use it, but that one didn't work out.
Something I'm not sure if I am right in this. It seems to me that we're seeing Deuce Hall in the backfield at running back more and Jackson Hare in the slot tonight than we have.
Yep, I believe you're right. Jackson's done a lot out there. And, again, a lot of this is put people on film so the other teams have to work for it.
Now this time Hare is in the backfield. They give it to Hare on a delayed give, and he is picking his way inside the 5, to the 3 for a gain of 3 from the 6. After the penalty.
Second down, clock's rolling at 8:40.
Right back to the line. Snap to Mitchell. Give it to Jackson. Hare expertly using his blockers, weaving his way across the goal line for the Wildcat touchdown.
Hooten Hardware first down for Jackson Hare.
And Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op says, way to go, Wildcats. 34-7, Sulphur Springs. With the extra point here to come by Eric Rodriguez. Nathan Andrews the snap, Mason Cooper the hold. And whistles.
Okay, we're going to back it up 5, so that'll add a little spice to this extra point.
Did you see a false start?
That was what it was. Must have been somebody in the interior
I
because
know.
I didn't see it.
I know what it was, but that's what I'm asking. Did you see it?
I did not.
It's so often I don't see what they're calling.
Sometimes that could have been if that center does a little false pump on the ball and you can't see it. But they both sides shut it down.
So this is from 25 yards out, the extra point here by Eric Rodriguez. He's got plenty of leg.
Yeah, plenty of leg and right through the guts. That's, again, we've got a really nice trio right there that does Wildcats good. Gonna really do us good the further we go in postseason.
35-7, Sulphur Springs. This is Wildcats football on KSST. 46-yard drive in 5 plays for Sulphur Springs. 12-yard pass to Quinn Harris and a 24-yard pass to Wyatt Watson, setting up the 3-yard touchdown run by Jackson Hare. 35-7, Sulphur Springs. Here's the kick to the 5-yard line. Bobbled, picked up, and the return out across the 15-yard line for Community.
I think that was number 24. Alex McCormick was one of them that met him. And again, outstanding coverage from the Wildcats. The kicker is putting a little bit of air underneath it, even though he's kicking it deep. And these boys are sprinting down that field, and they have really shortened or lengthened the field for Community all night long.
Eric McClinton on the return for Community. We have not seen Eric Rodriguez one time kick to the sideline, that diagonal short kick that they have done so often this year.
Yep.
They're trying something new tonight.
Mm-hmm. And again, putting it on film.
From the spread, Ewing over the middle, throwing, and a great job of breaking it up there for Sulphur Springs. That's Grayson Hardy.
Grayson Hardy, he just timed that one. He knew he couldn't get the ball, but he went up there and broke it up. He had no problems with that one. You could see it coming. That's probably the best throw that the quarterback has made tonight and had a good chance to complete it, but Grayson wasn't having any of it.
Cash Elston, the intended receiver there, had it on his hands, but Hardy broke it up at the 40-yard line.
And Hardy's back there as a center fielder by himself, but he does an outstanding job.
Yep, he is the free safety. If they give it to Troy Matthews again, he gets 2 or 3 yards, and then he is met by 3 or 4 Wildcat tacklers.
I think Nathan Andrews gets a little tag on that one. He was down at the bottom of the pile, but again, they're not going to do anything inside the tackles.
Gain of 2, 3rd and 8 from the 18-yard line.
So it looks like they're going to, well, let's see. They went in the huddle now. I thought they were going to have twins on each side.
Troy Matthews came into this game averaging 8.3 yards per carry.
Yeah, he hadn't played our front.
That's right.
We played exceptional today. There's a good pass.
Ewing
completion
faking the handoff, then rolling out and throwing across his body, and it is complete downfield for a first down across the 30-yard line. Carson Miller made the catch at the 31-yard line.
I can see the referee's using every chance he gets to roll the clock as quick as he can. I got a feeling we'll have a running clock this half pretty well.
Wildcats lead at 35-7. First down, Braves at the 31-yard line. And this is McCullough going up the middle, trying to bounce it outside, but the Wildcats keeping him contained. It looks
Giovanni Solis was one of the, I think he had some help by maybe Dylan Horton.
Yep.
But they kept him to a 2-yard gain there. 6:45 and rolling on the clock.
2nd down, 8.
2nd and 8. Again, they are going from the spread here. And Ewing, they got a jet sweep they are attempting, and the back did a good job of getting away from the tackle in the
got
backfield.
a flag, so I don't know if we're going to get a hold that's in the area where it'd be offensive holding.
He ends up getting up to about the 34-yard, 33-yard line.
Basically just back to the line of scrimmage, but we're going to go back 10. We got a holding on number 6. That's hard to hold your block right there without actually holding. And that play took a long time to develop. So once again, they're behind the chains. Looked like about 18, second and 18.
It was Carson Miller on the carry. Did a good job of avoiding being tackled for a loss.
Mm-hmm.
And then, as Tony said, yes, probably just got back to the line of scrimmage, but was fortunate to do that.
Yep.
Again from the spread here. 2 left, 2 right, single setback. Ewing over the middle, has his man at the 35-yard line. In space and crosses the 50 to the Sulphur Springs 45-yard line for a big gain.
Yep, that's the best throw. We know they can throw the post, so that's where they're going. I think Hardy was one that took him down, but
yeah, Grayson Hardy on the tackle.
That's how he gets up there. Where is he? He's over 100, isn't he? He was.
He will. By now he has over 100 tackles.
So.
Had 98 coming in. That was Cash Elston on the catch there to the 45-yard line. 1st and 10. Ewing back to throw. Passing over the middle and broken up at the 40-yard line. A short pass there.
Yep. Hardy was right on him, and I don't know. I guess that's something cool now because when he makes a tackle, he holds up part of his jersey and shows his abs. So I'm too old for that stuff, but if that's what they want to do, and if he keeps making plays, we'll keep looking at his abs.
That previous game was 32 yards to Cash Elston.
By far their best play of the night.
Yeah, now this is 2nd down and 10 from the Sulphur Springs 45-yard line. This time on the ground, they run to the short side of the field with Kendall McCullough, and he goes out of bounds after a short pickup at the 42-yard line, so that's a gain of 3 yards.
James Johnson's the one that escorted him out of bounds, but the Wildcat defense is having fun tonight, and so they got a spring in their step, and they're pursuing. This is one of the few times where you just get to have fun, and that's what they're doing.
This is 3rd down and 8 for the Braves. Ewing passing. Far side in the flat, caught by Elston. Did a great job of getting away from the first tackler, and looks like he's got the 1st down as he goes out of bounds near the 30-yard line.
And we got a flag after the play, so we'll see. I think number 10, Creed Wisnett, was there to make the tackle. We'll have to see what the dead ball foul, and then we've got a Wildcat player injured, so we got a lot to shake out here.
12-yard gain, and there's a player down, a Wildcat near the 45-yard line.
So the ball's on the 30 right now, but we're going to have a penalty going one way or the other, and it looks like it's going to be against us. Personal foul, Sulphur Springs. So half the distance going to be 1st and goal to 15.
Wildcats leading 35-7. We have a timeout on the field. This is Wildcats football on KSST. Trey Parnell, the Wildcat that we had a hard time identifying in the first half, and made some nice plays on defense for the Wildcats, being assisted from the field on his own power, but again with some assistance.
So didn't this drive start on the community 15?
16-yard line. That's
so
right.
They've got quite a drive going here.
This is the 10th play of the drive. McCullough up the middle. Not much there this time for him. He lowers his shoulder, but only gets perhaps to the 14, if that. No, did not even get that.
The line of scrimmage, that looked like McCormick came in there, and he put his shoulder in there.
Yeah, this
so it's
drive.
Time to buckle up now.
This is now the 10th play of the drive. They have moved from their own 16-yard line.
The defense has a shutout for tonight. They didn't give up that score.
Ewing back, throwing, and incomplete.
Pass intended for Miller, incomplete.
Hardy was on his tail, but
3rd down 10.
No chance for a reception there. 3rd and 10.
They reached the Sulphur Springs 23-yard line late in the first half and gave the ball up on downs.
Yep.
Now this is 3rd down and 10 at the Wildcat 15-yard line. Sulphur Springs leading 35-7. Corin Ewing, the quarterback, in the shotgun. Takes the snap, back pedals, throws to the near side, and it is broken up near the line of scrimmage.
Number 8.
Intended for Colton Dupes.
Creed Whistle was right there with him and broke it up, so it's going to be 4th and 10. So now this is a little gut check for the Wild. I started to say Cowboys, but I don't want to bring that up. So now gut check for the Wildcats to keep their shutout going for the night.
Wildcat defense has been good at this bend but don't break and stopping drives on downs deep in their own territory. Now Ewing throwing. Incomplete at the 5-yard line. Broken up.
Hardy broke that one.
I believe that was Elston again who had 2 big catches on this drive, but this time could not hold on. And Grayson Hardy, the man on the spot again for the Wildcats.
The post is their only confident throw right now, and Hardy's getting his timing down now, so I look for him to pick one off before the night's out. 4:54 left in the third quarter. Wildcats stop it, and now they're going to start from the 15, see what they can do.
35-7, Sulphur Springs, 4:54 left to go in the third period. This is only the second possession, I should say, for the Wildcats here in the second half. Caden Mitchell at quarterback in the shotgun. Hands off to Deuce Hall, and Hall met in the backfield and still trying to get free here, but he's going to be dropped for a loss of 3 or 4 yards.
Yep. They just broke through on that one. He couldn't get started, and he got loose from that first defender, but he had a couple of guys that were able to get there with him. So it looked like a loss of 2, maybe 3.
DeRoyce Tatum finally brings Deuce Hall down. We'll say that's a loss of 3 to the 12-yard line, so second down and 13.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say we're fixing to put a little air under a throw from here. We like to throw big with a long field ahead of us.
Jeff Stevenson out over the football at center. Now the snap to Caden Mitchell, passing to Wyatt Watson. Watson in the clear at the 40, at the 50, on the loose. 40 of Community, 30, 20, 10, Wyatt Watson, touchdown.
Wasn't as much air, but Wildcats like to throw the ball when they're deep in their territory.
Did Tony Flippin call it or what?
1 out of 50. But we try to do that when we've got a big field ahead of us. So great job. Mitchell was throwing against his body, but he set his feet, made a perfect throw, and then when Watson caught it, he spun and went against the grain, and it was a track meet, and he won that one. So great job, Wildcats. Hooten Hardware first down.
And Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op says, way to go, Wildcats. 88-yard touchdown pass from Caden Mitchell to Wyatt Watson. And Caden Mitchell having a big night tonight.
Yep.
The Wildcat quarterback spreading the ball around. Here's the kick by Eric Rodriguez, and once again it is perfect. 42-3, or 42-7 it is. Sulphur Springs over the Community Braves. And this is Wildcats football on KSST. Third touchdown pass of the night for Caden Mitchell, the senior quarterback for the Wildcats, and he now has 16 touchdown passes this season. For Wyatt Watson, that is his third touchdown reception of the 24 season. And the Wildcats lead at 42-7. Here is the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff with Eric Rodriguez putting his foot into the ball. And it goes all the way to the goal line this time. Will be returned for Community, but again, the Wildcats there to meet him.
10-yard line.
And they stop him at the 10 and maybe the 9.
I think they're going to give him the 11. They were generous there. But, again, outstanding sprinting by the kickoff team. They're just having everybody that's wearing that black jersey is having fun tonight.
That was Carson Miller on the return for the Braves.
Puts about an extra half a yard if you speed on you if you're having fun.
Again, the Wildcats wearing black jerseys at home tonight with the royal blue pants, white headgear, and the interlocking SS logo.
I like this look. Some of the stuff I don't really go for because I'm a traditionalist.
Me too.
I kind of like this one.
They wore those black jerseys earlier, but I don't think they wore blue pants. I think maybe it was
I
all
think you're
black.
right. It may have been either all black or they may have had their white. I'd have to go back and look. So once again, a long field, 89-yard field for the community, and they're probably going to hang in there and try to start running that clock.
Yeah, they're back to the wing tee now, and the handoff goes to Kendall McCullough over the right side. McCullough running tough up to the 13-yard line, a gain of 3 yards, make it 2 yards.
3:25 and rolling. This will be if they can make a first down or two, this will get rid of the third quarter, and I really think it's down to that where they're not going to do as much passing. This is one of those where you get the clock going, get on the bus, and try next week.
Ball on the near hash mark as they move left to right, 2 backs behind Ewing. Ewing faking a handoff, bootlegging out to the left and passing downfield in the flat over on the far side, and it is complete. Incomplete.
Incomplete.
I thought he caught it.
Ibarra got a hold of him right there and pulled it away.
Cash Elston, their top receiver.
The defensive backs are saying bring it on because they're all right there on them. These are community's just not a passing team. So right now we've got a big advantage on our defense against their offense.
3rd down and 8 for the Braves from their own 13-yard line. Wing back left, single setback. Ewing, play action, rolling out to the near side, passing.
Incomplete.
And incomplete, intended for Kendall McCullough coming out of the backfield, or maybe he had lined up at a wing.
Yep, Hardy ended up breaking that one up. It looks like all of our safeties and corners are timing it and getting there right at the perfect time to break them up. So punting situation, and once again, I think we got Ibarra and Hall back here.
So the Wildcats doing exactly what they should be doing against a 1-6 team here tonight, Tony.
Correct.
They are taking care of business.
And we're not being stars about it. We're just being solid, and that's what we should do and take advantage of it.
Corin Ewing, the quarterback, back to punt once again, standing about the goal line. Gets a nice kick away this time, but a fair catch called for at the 39-yard line in community territory. Gio Ibarra, and I know Tony is very pleased with the
happy dude. We hadn't seen but one ball bounce all night, and we couldn't get to it.
Gio Ibarra calling the fair catch there.
Yep.
So that was a high punt, but not a particularly long punt there.
No, it wasn't.
So it goes out to the 39-yard line. That's only a punt of 21 yards, as it turns out. No, that's wrong. 26 yards.
Okay.
But high, and so therefore the fair catch. First down, Wildcats leading 42-7 from the community 42-yard line. Here is a pass down the near side and a leaping catch by Skylar Lewis at the 1-yard line.
Yep, that's just air it out. Skylar's going to go do it. He did his Michael Irvin impression of just go and hi-hatting it up there.
38 yards. They were at the 39-yard line. 38 yards to the 1-yard line. Beautifully thrown ball, really, by Caden Mitchell.
He made a good catch, but the ball was right where it was. Houghton Hardware 1st and goal at the 1. Looks like we got a different back end by Mitchell right now. 19.
Yes, we do. And
Landon Swearing.
Right. He has been
in for the score.
Busy and active and contributor in practice day after day, and he gets his chance to get in the ball game and actually score a touchdown. Yep. Landon Swearingen, the junior.
This is where I hope we put some reserves in that practice hard and help make this varsity squad a good team and give them a reward, because you don't often get that opportunity. So with a quarter left, I hope that's what happens.
Eric Rodriguez ready with the extra point here. Again, Nathan Andrews will snap. Mason Cooper will hold. Kick up, and the kick is right down the middle.
And here comes 49, the flag at the end of the play.
49-7, Wildcats lead.
Tempers are fixing to get a little short. And Everybody needs to hold their tongue. This is probably going to be assessed on the kickoff.
Apparently the point will stand.
Yep.
49-7, Sulphur Springs leading with 1:50 to go in the third quarter. This is Wildcats football on KSST. Wildcats now lead at 49-7. Tony, you want to explain what is about to happen here?
We had a personal foul against Community. Then we had a unsportsmanlike against the Wildcats. I couldn't hear the tail end of it. We may have had two unsportsmanlike because he's saying we're going to kick off from the 30-yard line. And I'm going to just watch him because normally we're at the 40-yard line.
Well, what about the personal foul against Community, though?
Well, one was a live ball, one was a dead ball. And you're going to enforce both. So so that's what they did. It was after the play, 15 each way, and it's a normal kickoff. So what you do a live ball, dead ball, you assess both, but they were 15 each way, so they kept it at point blank.
So the effect would be the same.
That's exactly right.
Okay. So here's the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff by Eric Rodriguez. Again, he kicks it deep to the 5-yard line. And here's the return, and again, the Wildcats just going down there like they're shot out of a gun on the kickoff coverage.
That was Zay Godbolt just came down. He didn't worry about wrapping him up. He just popped him, and he went down. I mean, I don't know what's going on with the poor receiving team for Community, but it doesn't look like they're hardly blocking anybody. So once again, 17-yard line. I don't know that they've really started past the 20 when it was a kickoff. I'm not sure they have.
Not this half, anyway.
So we got split receivers each way, so that means they're still going to try and pass some.
Their best starting position has been the 25-yard line.
Okay.
But that has only been on 2 occasions.
Little trick play up the middle to the fullback. First through there. Gain of 6.
And
24.
This is Cade Connor, who's been a major producer for them. Gets up to the 22-yard line for a gain of 5. Cade Connor, 202 yards rushing on the season, 4.3 yards per carry.
Okay.
Second down and 5. Ball at the 20, open field to the left side with the ball on the near hash mark. Again, they pitch it out to Connor, trying to go wide to the left side of the field. Wildcats do a great job of stringing out the play. He finally does make the corner and only able to get a yard before he goes out of bounds.
Preston Nottingham was the first one to get to him. I think they're going to give him up to where it's a 3rd and 1.
Yep.
So they gave him about 4 yards out of there. Good pursuit by the Wildcats, but Community was able to get a little bit of shielding and give him some yards there in a tough run.
3rd and 1 from the Braves' 26-yard line. Ball on the far hash mark. They move left to right. Handoff up the middle.
He got it.
And over left tackle, looks like it'll be good for the first down. And again, that's Cade Connor, 3 straight carries for him.
Giovanni Solis was in on tackle there, but that was just a head down, try to get the first down. So we're down. That's going to end the third quarter. We're at 2 seconds and running. So we're going to start the fourth quarter with a 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line going north.
Sulphur Springs leading 49-7. This is Wildcats football on KSST. Going to the fourth quarter, the Wildcats way out in front here over the Community Braves, 49-7. Community with the football, first down and 10 at the 33-yard line. They will now be moving to the north end zone at Gerald Prim Stadium. I thought I heard a whistle. I believe I did. Some sort of discussion on the field involving our referee, Dan Wilson, and the head linesman. Not sure what that's about. Tony's checking on some scores right now. He'll have a few for us before too much longer. I think this has to do with the chains, Tony, somehow.
I wouldn't be shocked. We've had a couple.
Well,
of
the line of
issues there.
scrimmage is the 28. I think they had, I think they misplaced the chains with the start of the new quarter.
Should be, what did I say, the 28?
28.
And it was first down, so they really didn't have to move them, so just set up on the ball.
Did have to move to the other end of the
Yeah.
field. Kendall McCullough tried to go wide to the right side, and the Wildcats all back there in his face. Giovanni Solis, again, whose name we've said a lot tonight, I think made the first contact.
Yeah,
Big defensive tackle.
McCormick came up and delivered the big blow, and he was a little bit slow getting up, but he's back there now.
Loss is back to the 25-yard line. Wildcats have a lot of tackles for loss
Yes.
in this game.
Like I say, everybody's just got a little extra charge tonight. They're having fun. When you get to do this, they're just having fun.
Braves behind the chain. It'll be 2nd down and 14 from the 24-yard line. Clock rolling with just over 11 minutes to go in the ball game. Corin Ewing under center. Short drop, passing into the flat and off the fingertips of the intended receiver, Cash Elston. He was hit by Grayson Hardy.
Gio and Wisenhunt had him, and if Wisenhunt had turned his head, he had a pick six.
So that was Gio Ibarra
Gio
that made the
contact,
Yeah.
but Wisenhunt cut across a little bit, but he wasn't watching the ball. If the guys will watch it right now, they're primed to pick out and go a pick six because they're only putting two out there, and this is where if you watch quarterback's eyes, you ought to have a shot.
3rd and 14 from the Braves' 24-yard line. Ewing backpedaling, throwing deep, and overthrows his man, but he was well covered.
Yeah, Galloway was right with him, and that one really didn't have a chance.
Derek Merriman, the intended receiver. Merriman is the fellow that picked up that bobbled snap of the first play of the game and scored for Community there.
4th down, here comes the punting team, and so let's put those punt catchers back in the back here again.
That fumble return, the only touchdown so far tonight for the Community Braves. They have not scored against the Wildcat defense.
The defense is pitching a shutout, and that's what's left to go in this game. Clock is running, even though there was an incomplete pass, so I figured that's what's fixing to happen.
4th and 14. And Ewing the punt.
Bounds.
And he punts it out of bounds. Hard to tell where that went out at apparently the Community 48-yard line.
We've started in community territory probably more than we've started in our territory tonight. I would think that would be an interesting stat.
Ewing's going out of bounds.
We get a timeout. I will try to figure that out for you, Tony. But
Okay. Few scores I'll sneak in. Como lost to Quinlan 27-20. Commerce beat Eustis 38-8, and Cumbie lost to Sims Bowie 38-32. We'll get a couple more when we between plays.
Wildcats starting at the Community 48-yard line, leading 49-7. Here's a big gain up the middle on 1st down. I think that's Jackson Hare for the Wildcats.
We've got Mason Cooper at quarterback, so that's what I think we're putting some subs in.
It was not Jackson Hare. I believe that was that may have been Swearingen again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, this is what I wanted to see. We've got second teamers in. Give them a little glory. We've got a flag. Face mask, 15 yards. That's going to be a Hooten Hardware first down by a penalty.
So the gain holds up.
Yep. Add to the end of the run, so that makes it a big one.
This pushes it all the way with the personal foul penalty. I believe you said a face mask?
Face mask.
To the 24-yard line in Community territory. And we do have some substitutes in the ball game.
We're going to have to learn some new numbers now. I'm just going to say what I think.
Mason Cooper
I'm not going to call a name.
Mason Cooper at quarterback. We have seen him once. I believe that was against Mesquite Poteet.
Okay.
Swearingen in the ball game at a running back. I see Quinn Harris in there at the H-back. They give it to Swearingen again over the left side. Big gain. Keeps his feet moving. And he is down inside the 15-yard line, down to the 13.
Good job by the left side of that line, just pushing Community back. So that's another Hooten Hardware first down.
Yeah. Swearingen scored on the short touchdown run just a short time ago after the great catch by Skylar Lewis, 38-yard gain to the 1-yard line. Then Swearingen came in, scored the touchdown for the Wildcats.
Poor referee's going to need rotator cuff surgery because he's winding it real quick now. He's trying to get home. This is the thing to do. Run the clock. Game's over with. Get everybody safe. Run it when you can.
Mason Cooper, the quarterback. Andre Serta in there at the H-back behind the left tackle. Swearingen, the running back.
Got a flag. Probably going to have illegal procedure on the Cats coming back there. I didn't see who it was, but yep, 5 back. So that's going to take it back to the 18-yard line,
right.
1st and 15.
Now the clock is still running, Tony.
Yep. Don't tell anybody.
When I was broadcasting the Commerce Tiger game several years ago, we had a game at Mineola when Mineola was really strong and ran the clock the entire second half.
Yep.
And literally took about 30 minutes. Here's the handoff to Swearingen again. He's got some moves, doesn't he?
He does. I like him. He's running hard.
Starts out up the middle and then breaks it to the outside and gets back to the previous line of scrimmage at about, well, maybe not quite, to the 14-yard line.
Must have another flag. Offside. Nope. Illegal procedure against us. We're going 5 back again. So little of the inexperience showing here. You're talking about a running clock. I had one, I can't remember where it was, but it was such a bad game. They said we're going to put the clock at 12 minutes, and when they kick off, it is not stopping, period. For kickoffs, extra points, timeouts, we got through in 25 minutes.
Yeah. Well, this is what happened at Mineola several years ago, too, just about that.
So tough luck on this group of reserves, but they're getting their feet wet. And now we'll see if they can make it 20 yards. They're on the 23-yard line. They can make a Hooten Hardware first down out of it.
So it's still first down, but first and 20 from the 23. And Mason Cooper
here.
passing over the middle, and it's a Wildcat touchdown. And Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op says,
Lovelady.
Way to go, Wildcats.
Yep,
this is Ben Lovelady, whose name we have not said, I'm sure, this season. Breaking in over the middle and wide open at the 5-yard line for the touchdown from Mason Cooper.
He put his foot down and he beat that safety without any problem whatsoever. So Hooten Hardware first down on the score.
First touchdown pass for Mason Cooper. First catch first touchdown for Mason Lovelady. And here's the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff by Eric Rodriguez, and again he kicks it deep to the 8-yard line, and the return now for Community out across the 20 to the 25.
About where we're going to start, maybe 26. Looks like he's a little past. That's their best kickoff return of the day. I couldn't see who made the stop. Couple more scores. You got Winsboro beat Mount Vernon 62-0 in the semi-playoff game. Pleasant Grove at home beat Gilmer 27-10. I think that's either 3 or 4 losses for Gilmer this year. Highly unusual. 18-9 Kilgore over Cooper, and we'll get a few more in after we have a couple of plays.
First down for the Braves at the 26-yard line with 7 minutes to go. And the handoff going to McCullough, and McCullough out the gate around the left side all the way into Sulphur Springs territory to the 45-yard line if they give him forward progress there. But they say he only got to the 49 before he went down.
Laren Vaughn showed some wheels there to catch him from behind and still had to make a little bit of a dive. So that's far and away their best run of the day, and they didn't have to have a fumble on the end of it to get there.
26 yards on the gain to Kendall McCullough. McCullough coming into the game had 283 yards rushing, 4.7 yards per carry.
And I think we've still got the starters in on defense because they want that shutout.
And they keep it on the ground here, but the Wildcats are there to snuff that play out quickly. That's Truth Holmes in on that tackle, I think. And
Yep.
believe they gave it to Kendall McCullough again. And basically no gain at the 49-yard line.
And I think Community has called off the Dogs too. They're going to stay in tight, run the clock too. So we're just trying to finish the ball game, keep everybody healthy, get ready for next week.
Clock under 6 minutes to go now. Wildcats leading 56-7 over the Community Braves. Corin Ewing under center, handoff up the middle. This is Cade Connor, and Connor pops through a hole and has a big gain inside the 30-yard line down to about the 27, make it the 28-yard line of the Wildcats.
Matthew Jeter saved a touchdown there. That was that little inside handoff where you're trying to act like you're going to pitch it to the wide man. It's worked twice, and that one worked pretty well. So a good drive being produced here by the Braves, and like I said, it's still against the number one defense. So now we need to get our senses, not quite have as much fun, and get on to business.
21 yards on the gain to Cade Connor.
Under 5 minutes and running.
Out of the wing tee, Ewing under center.
Same play. Laren wasn't having any business there. Laren Vaughn got him head up and took him back about 10 yards, so that's going to be
Cade Connor
9.
On the carry again. He gains a yard.
Yep.
To the 27-yard line. Clock continuing to roll here with 4.5 minutes left. 56-7. The Wildcats on top. The Community touchdown on the first play from scrimmage. A fumble or a mishandled snap by the Wildcats, picked up by Derek Merriman and run in for a 20-yard touchdown. It's been all Sulphur Springs since then. On this 2nd down and 9 play, off left tackle they go, and the Wildcat defense stacks it up once again.
Stayed the same, 3rd and 8. And I think Truth Holmes got in there, and Dallin Horton got in there. A couple more scores. In district, Aubrey ended up beating Lake Dallas 44-7, and Salina beat Parrish 45-0. So no close games in district this week.
Such a surprise, Aubrey beating Lake Dallas.
Yes,
like
by that margin.
Carson Miller on that previous carry for Community, by the way. This is 3rd down and 7. And a sweep to the near side, short side of the field, down to the 21-yard line. It'll be short of the first down.
Yep. Going to be 4th and 2, but they've got nothing to lose. They're on the good side of the field. They'll go for it here.
Cade Connor on the carry, and Grayson Hardy there for Sulphur Springs, who had 98 tackles coming into the ballgame tonight, leading the district. And Justin Strickland in on that tackle too for
Backed it
Sulphur
up a
Springs.
little bit. It's a full 2, if not a short 3. If it was me, I'd run that inside fullback handoff that we just ran 2 plays in a row.
4th and 2 for the Braves at the 21-yard line of the Wildcats. Ewing under center, counter play, gives it to Connor. Connor probably has the first down as he gets across the 20 down to the 17-yard line. Clock down to 2:41. They've stopped it momentarily.
Preston Nottingham on the tackle there, and they've got it rolling again. This is where Community could be a little upset with the ref starting it real quick because they want to put a score on there, but that's just what happens sometimes.
They do have 3 timeouts.
Yeah, but I got a feeling they're going to have 3 when we finish.
Well, I mean, if they are...
if it gets down tight, they will, but we'll see.
2:11.
It could be. They'll about use 1 or 2.
First down from the Wildcat 18-yard line, man in motion left to right.
Inside trap.
Yeah.
McCormick just rode him down.
Cade Connor on the carry again to the 14.
Justin Strickland.
That's the second time we've said his name.
Yep.
Gain of 4, 2nd down and 6, the Wildcat 14-yard line. This drive started at the Community 25. This will be the 9th play. They've had several pretty good drives But again,
Yeah.
it's that bend but don't break quality of the Wildcat
between
defense.
the 20s doesn't put anything on the board.
2nd and 6. Ewing turns, hands off, left side, hole there for the ball carrier, who is Carson Miller, and he steps out of bounds inside the 10.
James
At the
Johnson rode him out there for the Cats.
Gain of 5.
Still running on the clock with him running out of bounds. So
Wow.
no static from the coaches at Community. They know too. They'll have to call a timeout if they want one, and they very well may.
I believe I would. This is 3rd and 1 at the Sulphur Springs 9.
What have we got? Hang on, guys. We've got problem down here.
Yeah. Wildcat player down inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah.
And
We need to wait on this one.
with
We
48
go to
seconds
break.
left to go in the game. So we're going to take a break here with Sulphur Springs leading 56-7. And this is Wildcats football on KSST. Back at Gerald Prim Stadium, the Wildcats leading this thing 56-7. The clock is rolling here with 30 seconds showing. One of the Wildcat players went down some sort of illness or something other than a contact injury, and he was taken off the field on a stretcher, and we are not going to play the final 30 seconds or so of this football game. The handshake line has already begun. So
That's a classy move by both coaches to just say, let's end this, pray for that young man, and go home and see what we can do.
Community was going to have a play, I believe, from the 3-yard line, and had they taken a timeout, they would have had a chance to put a touchdown on the board. But that is going to be how the game will end. The final score will be 56-7. Sulphur Springs over the Community Braves. And the Wildcats now going to 7-1 on the season and 3-1 in district play. So we'll come back and wrap this up when Wildcat football continues after this on KSST. Wildcats football on KSST. Sulphur Springs with their most impressive win of the year, at least in terms of the score tonight, 56-7 over the Community Braves. And all the players getting together.
Both teams going to the middle of the field to pray for the Wildcat injured player.
And again, we are not at all certain of what happened there. We do not think it was a collision injury, some sort of illness or some kind of situation in which he was distressed and was taken off the field very quickly.
Very quickly.
On a stretcher. I thought we might see a fairly lengthy amount of time there as they attended to him, but they got him off the field very quickly. And we will not identify the player so as not to create any anxiety for family or friends that might be listening. And it may not be a serious matter, but it was a little frightening to see the way it transpired there. Yep. At the very end of the ball game. And as Tony pointed out, players from both teams now kneeling apparently in prayer at midfield. So that's a fine thing to see. So to recap this game for you, Tony's going to step out for a minute, but he will be back shortly. Community scored on the very first play of the game. As the Wildcats took the kickoff and had the ball at the 27-yard line, there was a snap to Caden Mitchell in the shotgun formation, and something went awry. We're not exactly sure what it was. The snap appeared to be good. Tony, I think, said maybe that Caden somehow wasn't expecting the ball, but the ball was free, and it was picked up by Derek Merriman for Community, who ran it back 20 yards for a touchdown on the very first play of the game. So with 20 seconds gone by, Community led 7-0 with the extra point by Colt Story. Wildcats then, midway through the second quarter, started their first successful drive as they got the ball on downs at the Sulphur Springs 41-yard line. And on the second play, they connected on a 55-yard touchdown pass from Caden Mitchell to Skylar Lewis. Great job of running after the catch by Skylar. The extra point by Eric Rodriguez good. 7-7 the score. 4:30 left to go in the first quarter. Wildcats then following a punt, taking over at the 25-yard line, and they score in 3 plays on a 58-yard pass from Caden Mitchell to Chris Adams. And again, a good job of running after the catch by Chris Adams. The kick good by Eric Rodriguez, and it was 14-7 Sulphur Springs with 1:23 left to go in the first quarter. Wildcats went ahead 21-7 after a 59-yard, 7-play drive. On that drive, a 23-yard run by Deuce Hall, a 19-yard pass to Chris Adams, and a 3-yard touchdown run to close out the drive by Jackson Hare to make it 21-7. Deuce Hall then scores for Sulphur Springs on a 2-yard run. That drive after a 28-yard, that drive was a 29-yard drive after a 16-yard punt return by Gio Ibarra, setting up the touchdown drive. They had a 16-yard pass to Wyatt Watson on that drive, got him down close, and then Deuce Hall, the 2-yard run with the extra point good, 28-7. The Wildcats led with 6:15 left to go in the first half, and that's where it was at halftime, 28-7. Sulphur Springs scored on their first possession of the second half. That was a 46-yard drive in 5 plays. 24-yard pass to Wyatt Watson set up the touchdown, 3-yard touchdown run by Jackson Hare. By the way, Hare with his 2 touchdowns tonight now has 11 touchdowns on the season. Wildcats led it 35-7. Sulphur Springs taking over at their own 15-yard line after a long drive by Community played out, and Wildcats took it over on downs, and 2 plays later they scored on an 88-yard touchdown pass from Caden Mitchell to Wyatt Watson. And again, Watson doing a terrific job with the run after the catch. 42-7 after the kick, 3:50 to go third quarter. Wildcats in the fourth quarter put in some substitutes. They got before that, a 38-yard pass and a great catch by Skylar Lewis to the 1-yard line. And then Landon Swearingen, on his first carry of the season, gets a touchdown on a 1-yard run. Eric Rodriguez the kick to make it 49-7 with 1:50 left to go in the third quarter. Wildcats one final drive, 48 yards in 4 plays. And again, the substitutes in the ball game. Ben Lovelady, 23-yard touchdown pass from Mason Cooper with 7:20 to go in the ball game, 56-7 the final score. Tony?
Yeah, it was a good ball game for the Wildcats to have in front of their home fans. A lot of scoring, a lot of cheering, a lot of activity, and then the reserves got to play a little bit, and then it was just a shame to end it like we ended it, but it did. And now it's on to the 2 toughest games left on the schedule, and we've got to get ready to go.
Well, we say that, and of course at Lake Dallas next week, and that is one that we've been looking to all along as one of the toughest games on the schedule, and it may yet still be, but you begin to wonder about that now with Lake Dallas, I think, having lost 3 games. And what did they lose by tonight to Aubrey? What was the final there?
I saw 44-7, but I'm not trusting it. I'm figuring we're still going to be. I like our chances. I'm right. Sure not going to go in there saying we're the underdog, because we're not. But they're at home. This is a long bus trip. It's a stadium we've never been to against a team we've never played. So a few variables there, and now it's time. This is where the coaches will get everybody ready this week. Hopefully everybody's healthy, and we'll go at it.
So, again, comparative scores are a risky thing, but the Wildcats beat Aubrey 35-14 at Aubrey. And Aubrey beats Lake Dallas again tonight
44-7.
44-7. So I mean that would suggest to you that Sulphur Springs would be a big favorite against Lake Dallas next week. But again, Lake Dallas is a highly regarded team at the beginning of the season. Not sure what has gone wrong there, if they've had some injuries or what it may be. But it is, nevertheless, it's a very big game.
You bet. For
the Wildcats. And then the Wildcats will close out at home in 2 weeks, and that figures to be a very big game against Frisco Panther Creek.
Well, what we've got to play for right now, second place in the second place seeding, needs to be our district championship. I mean, we're not going to we didn't beat Salina. nobody in district is going to beat Salina. Therefore, second place is what's left. You get better seeding comes playoff time.
Right.
So if we don't have that goal, then we're not treating things correctly. So we do have a goal with 2 games left.
Now, this district will be matched up again against the Dallas district.
Probably I haven't looked that far yet.
Well, I
but
have.
Aren't we 7-4A? Or,
Right, we are
so
7-4A.
We'll be playing 8.
That's
and
8-4A.
If 8's up there, and they're not slouches. I mean,
And
4A D1, there's good teams.
so if you are the third place team, then you're either going to get Dallas Carter again or Kimball, and they're both pretty good teams.
ball.
If you can finish in second place, you're going to avoid either one of those teams
Yeah.
in the bi-district round, and that would be good. We've had 2 great games in consecutive years against Dallas Carter, and I think Sulphur
Yeah.
Springs is due probably to beat them.
Should have beat them
But-
both times.
But you'd rather not have to face off against them or Kimball in that
Correct.
first round. So anyway, it's a big win, 56-7 tonight for the Wildcats. Brought to you by Alliance Bank, Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op, Farm Country, Hooten Hardware, City National Bank, Wesley House Assisted Living, J. Hodge Chevrolet, Saputo Dairy Foods, Christus Mother Francis Hospital, Copy Products, and BT Medical. Pre-game presented by Super Handy, halftime presented by Galleon Insurance, Hall Oil, and Super Handy. So once again, thanks to the great Tony Flippin for the color commentary tonight. Matt Jansen as our technical director and video producer. You'll be able to see this game later on YouTube and on Channel 18. And James Terry is our radio producer in the KSST studio. 56-7 over Community, the final tonight. I'm John Mark Dempsey, and good night from Gerald Prim Stadium.